Alright. Alright, here we go. We are on day 6. Tomorrow we get summon tickets. Tomorrow we get a bunch of 5 stars. Hey, what's up, Kaido? Tomorrow we get a bunch of 5 stars. And tomorrow's a big day, actually. Tomorrow we get a bunch of 5 stars, then we unlock the new challenge quest in the event, which is exciting. So claim all this. I was able to make it to account rank 50 last night. We pushed up to Masters Arena last night. So we got Masters Arena, which is good as well. Let me sell all this stuff. I farmed quite a bit of unrecorded history, so we got a decent stockpile of charms. Except I'm actually out of charms because I did some crafting. I did some crafting so I could trade in. Hey, what's up, Stos? What's up, Mahia? I did some crafting so I could trade in for charms before they went away. So I got the 20 greater accessory charms. I couldn't trade in for all of these, but the accessory charms are the most important part. So we made sure to get those for the week ended, which was pretty big. But now, since it is a new week, we can get some stuff from here. Go down, buy our friendship thing for the day. Get this for free. Swazio 10-10 for the first time. Holy lord, that fight. Yeah, that fight. There's a reason it gets talked about constantly in the Discord. It's one of the hardest fights in the game. Alright, our transit zone shop refresh. So let's buy all the goodies from here. Buy our right side charms. Where to farm in the event? The highest stage you can. Man, I am nasally this morning. Holy cow! I literally just woke up. So give me a minute here. Oh, I can't buy that. Uh-oh. Well, we can't buy everything right away, but we can buy most things. So just need to sell some penguins. I thought it was a fun challenge. Got done in my 4th try because of RNG. Wait, I thought it was a fun challenge. Got it done in my 4th try because of the RNG blessing. What challenge? What was a fun? Oh, the Zeo fight? You saying Zeo fight was a fun challenge? Oh, okay. Alright, we did end up, I went back and did farm the Wyvern stage I needed to, and then I did some crafting. So we got all this stuff unlocked now. So we can claim all this. There's 50,000 stigma we're gonna get. Some more charms, so let's receive all this stuff. Looking good. Now we need to clear some expeditions, and then clear floor 70 and Abyss is the next challenges that we need to do. But let's go ahead and start the day off with some summons. So we got our 2 element summons that we just got. Let's rip those first. You use an emulator to Google Play thing, RFG? I use LD Player. Hey man, how's the grind? Still can't log in the game, kicking me out. I mean, that's something completely wrong on your end. There's nothing wrong with the game. You got something wrong with whatever you're trying to use. Alright. Ooh, 5-star Ida. Yeah. Not really what we were wanting, but we'll take it. Alright, now we got our daily summons. Actually, let's do 1 mystic summon for Polytus. We didn't get her. Darn. Alright, now let's do our daily summons. Alright, I got a new PC and need to download everything, so I was wondering. Well, I can give you a link to download LD Player if you want to use LD Player, but I don't use the Google Play thing. I'll give you the link. You can download it from it if you want. I mean, it's in my Discord at the near the top of the announcements, but that's the LD Player link. Alright, nothing. So I got a 5-star from the event summons. Today's the day. Maybe you'll get it. But Kefnet, how are you doing this morning? All right. No sparks. Uh-oh. Uh-oh, no 5-stars today? Sad day. Yep, sad day for us on the summon. Unless it sparks purple. Or I just haven't got Otil yet. Okay, that works too. Spark purple. Nope. We haven't got a Recruitment War yet either. Okay. Dang. Ooh, Tag Hells though. I'll take the Tag Hells. Not sad about the Taga Hells. So let's go ahead and go to the Taga Hells. I guess I'll just feed for now. So we get a max one. Summon one by one, it's better. We got too much work to do. That takes too much time. Alright, so I'm gonna go ahead and sell artifacts that we're not gonna use. Actually, I need to save Exorcist Tonfas. I have been goofing and not saving Exorcist Tonfas, so I'm probably gonna regret that I didn't. We need to save Exorcist Tonfas. Let me go ahead and lock that. Okay. So, consumables, we can 6-star one character with our potion. That is all of the summons for starting the stream. Let's check out our ongoing events. Go to the Forge Your Epic Gear guide. Enhance this. What's a point shop? Oh, we can buy charms now from the point shop. Wait, we don't have many points. Alright, well either way, I'm still gonna spend the max for now. These are a big boost, so we're gonna farm enough today that it won't matter. Alright, so day 6 though, we claim all of this stuff. More charms, get some more bookmarks. Ooh, some leaves. Desperately need leaves. I have burned through all my leaves though. Alright, then we get a 5-star artifact. Holy Sacrifice. That actually was okay. I mean, having one holy set kind of sucks, but we need to max it eventually. Go ahead and sell these. Alright, so Holy Sac. I did try to roll some gear yesterday. None of it went crazy. Like this piece, it's high gear score, but weird. It's like almost 100 equipment score, but it has a crit chance and effect resist. This piece, it's 11 speed, and I can use it on like Inferno Quazu or somebody. The effectiveness kind of sucks. It's not a good piece, but it's usable. This piece is all right. We changed HP to attack percent to high 90s piece, so this piece is pretty solid actually. But everything else was kind of mediocre. But that's all I did last night. So I did clear a bunch of the story though. Or not story, but like the side story stages. That's why I have a lot more Sky Stones plus the arena rewards. So any of you that are watching is like, wow, his Sky Stones went up a bunch. He bought packs. I did not buy packs. I did not buy anything. I can't even buy anything on this account. I do need to link this account though. I still haven't linked it. Speed 3 stars except for Danger Joker and 4 stars are very good. Yeah. I would save to get one max copy of Exorcist Tonfa as well, because we're gonna be using that to one-shot Zeo most likely. Alright, donate all of that. And we got the member shop refresh, but I'm gonna have to wait a few days to buy stuff. Go ahead and buy the buffs. Okay, battlefield. Ooh, I unlocked World Boss. Just go ahead and burn our stuff in World Boss. I'm not really too worried about it. We won't get super high score, but I had to reset my account, which was 3 days old, because my little brother spent all the Sky Stones on Albedo. That's what they always say. My little brother, my little sister. Somehow there's always a younger sibling spending all your currency. Which days is the count on? 6. My bad for leaving the guild. Did I reset your account? Oh, I mean, you're good. I mean, the guild, the guild fills back up the second you leave. It's back full. So. I'll say what time. Say I pulled for Albedo with my first 10 pull. You got her in your first 10 pull? That is lucky. I had pretty decent summon luck, to be fair. I got both him and Tamara in about 60 to 70 summons. Should I stop some for albedo? Should good for my account? If you've already started, you want to commit to finishing summoning. If you ever summon on a character, your goal is to commit to getting that character. You don't just randomly summon on characters. Okay. Oh, we did that. World boss is done. Member list. How are we looking in here? 24 of 24. Anyone with the last login? Misumochi, you're on the chopping block as of right now. Misumochi on the chopping block, but I'll give him a chance to log in. We do have guild wars we could do today, but I am going to try to get a little bit further before we do the guild wars. So let's do our arena flags to start out. Trying to beat Abyss 90 at the moment for 2k Skystones. Good luck. I'm going to be needing to do that very soon. If I have Knockwall and Lua, but I only have Knockwall already, then which of the two should I build? You probably can't even build. I mean, Knockwall, you want like 260 speed, and you want Guiding Light. So, Knockwall probably don't want to mess with building. How'd you get Brieg? I got really lucky in the first day we started this account. If you go back to the first video on this playlist, we got her. Do you have Guiding Light for Knockwall? Oh, Knockwall and Lua, sorry. My brain isn't here yet, guys. When you're asking questions, just bear with me for the beginning of this. Knockwall and Lua, do you have Guiding Light for either of them? Sorry. If you don't have Guiding Light for either of them, you probably don't really want to build either of them unless you can build them extremely fast. You don't think you have Guiding Light? Yeah. They're both kind of reliant on that unless you can outspeed your opponent with them. Without it, the thing is Guiding Light lets you not have to outspeed your opponent to use them well. Guiding Light's a limited RD, so that's why I don't suggest getting Lua or Knockwall for like any new player. Like going out of your way to get them, you'll get them eventually whenever you can actually use them. How much Abyss should I do by day 2? I mean, as far as you can clear. I think we're around stage 50 on day 2. Stage maybe we're at 40, I don't know. Doesn't really matter. Just go as far as you can. Ainz versus Albedo. Who's better to build? Albedo. My cat spent all my lease farming this weekend. Help. I'll do more after I get the hunt gear. Yeah, that's what we did. We did until it started like getting harder, and then I went and... Actually, I think I failed a stage. I just kept going until it failed a stage on auto, and then I went and started getting the hunt gears. A hunt challenge gear. So our goal this week is to get to Challenger Arena. We need to beat Zeo this week. So today's day 6, so... We got a lot of stuff we gotta finish, dude. This is tough. Oh, I'm gonna need to put in like a solid amount of hours per day. If we take a counter from ML Ken, I bet if he's geared at all, he will kill us. But he probably doesn't have effect rest, so let's just S3 ML Ken. Called it. No effect res. Who does he death sentence? Albedo. That sucks. Alright, let's kill this guy. Uh-oh. Uh-oh, Ainz is going crazy. I probably shouldn't even click this because it's gonna add a death sentence counter. Alright, we'll kill this. I pulled Brieg, but should I build him as a second tank? You already built A-Rads? Yes, Brieg is going to be your primary tank for everything. Alright, we're on 7 turns. This is kind of risky because I think I do have some effectiveness. Hopefully we strip the buff. We didn't strip the buff, that was risky. And we got double stunned. Uh-oh. Senny should win this, but... Alright, Ein should be dead. Okay. Ein's is kind of annoying to fight as a new player on arena defense. A little annoying. Alright. That's done. Let's spend one more. Let's just fight this Ken just to get it done with. I just want to make sure I'm burning my flags as I get them because I want as many conquest points as possible. Should I do as a Mikalis? You don't really need to. There's no like challenges or anything for it, so you can completely skip doing it if you want. But yeah, if you get Breek, he just becomes your primary tank. He's the best tank in the game for PvE. Okay, we got a little streak going. But we'll wait to do any more. I want to try to level some gear. I want to lose as few. I haven't lost an arena fight yet on this account. I want to not lose any, which means I need to go upgrade everything before I go too crazy. Okay, so I guess let's go ahead and get unrecorded history farming in the background like always. And I think I'll push a little bit of Abyss to start the day. I won't stream all of my progress today. I'll end up saying what I'm going to work on and then at the end throughout the day, and then I'll go back live later. And whenever I go back live, I'll let you guys know everything I finished. But I can't stream through all of it because this week I have to play this account a ton if we're going to complete the challenge. So, Automaton Tower reset, Hollow Trials reset, or well, Hollow Trials didn't reset yet, but it's a new week for it, so we can do it again for the weekly. Then RTA, yep. We're trying, by next Monday, we want to be in RTA, and that gives us 3 days. So, we have until Friday next week for RTA. Well, these are some charms. I definitely want to beat this. What's a good arena offensive team that after you hit Masters? I mean, until you hit Challenger, you can just use whatever story clearing team you have going. It doesn't matter. Just any story clearing team that you're currently using will... You might lose a fight here or there, but you will win 90% of your fights with just a story clearing team. The bad thing is you don't really have the gear, enough extra sets of gear to switch off your gear to a PvP team and your story clearing team. So you just use your story clearing team and push as far as you can. And you'll be able to get Challenger for sure. But once you get to Challenger, that's when you got to start like really working toward getting actual PvE teams set up, or PvP teams set up. Challengers like where real arena starts. Until you're a Challenger, it's fake arena. No one's geared. No one has actual characters or any team synergy. They just put whatever they have. Once you get to Challenger, you're gonna be fighting real teams. I think the Discord ran out of guilds. Yeah, we need to sit down and make some more guilds. I need to make a ping for everyone to kick their inactives and try to recruit. Actually, I'll do that now. Yeah, we'll do it now. At guild leaders. And everyone throughout the day kick their inactives and try to full recruit so we can see how many new guilds we need. Thank you. Okay, I pinged all the guild leaders, so the guild leaders throughout the day, hopefully with that, it'll kind of balance out. Because I know there's a ton of inactives in every guild, so if people just kick their inactives and recruit new people, we should probably be close to fine, but we may still need to make a couple guilds. I'm trying to get in once. It's like 8 a.m. It's almost 11 p.m. for you. What server? What server are you on? Global? Yeah, okay. If we have a backup in global, that ping should help you. Is there a way to win RTA without having to cleave, or do I have to cleave? No, you do not have to cleave. Cleaving, I don't cleave on my main account. You do not have to cleave. I will be doing RTA on this account, and you guys will all be able to see how I play RTA. The bad thing is RTA is different for every person depending on the characters you got. I hate Cleave with a passion. I honestly do too. I think it's terrible for the game. The idea of having it be a single player game, because when you get cleaved, you don't even get to click buttons. You have to pick characters that are going to stop your opponent without you having to click a button. And I think that's terrible game design. It basically makes Epic 7 a single player game, so I do not like cleave. Especially with new players coming to the game, because new players, you have to build anti-cleave right out of the gate. But no, you don't have to do it. I don't do it. And I'm an Emperor right now on my main, so. Honestly, I don't, once you get so high, I guess right now Cleave is insanely strong because ML Politis is really strong, but before ML Politis, Cleave wasn't like super strong. You could fight it relatively easily. But here's the thing with Epic 7. We go through little periods where Cleave is really strong, and then we go through periods where Cleave is really counterable. So we're in a point, because ML Politis just came out, that we're just in a spot right now where Cleave is really strong. Like high momentum gameplay is just really strong, and it'll bounce out, and like another character release or two, it'll bounce back down to slower players. But we just go through phases, so you just are currently getting into it at a phase where Cleave is strong. A lot of good anti-cleave units are limited. I mean, yeah, but a lot of good cleave units are limited too. There's plenty of characters you can use to anti-cleave that aren't limited. The thing is, this game has like 50 solutions for everything. There are a couple things that have limited solutions, and those things are the really strong stuff in the game, but overall, this game has a lot of options that you can do in this stuff. You just have to get creative sometimes. It's rough too when all your early game pulls are cleave. Well, the game gives you a free non-cleave opening roster. It's just, if you decide to build those cleave units as a new player, that's when you hurt yourself. So as long as you don't, as long as you just ignore, oh, we're at this stage. Uh-oh. Well, we might have to go trade characters out on this. We'll see if we can beat it. See if we can beat it without, but this is a stage that if you debuff the boss, you're in trouble. So let's kill the little mice first. Then we got to build up max souls, and we have to get a good run. This is probably a waste of time though. I should just go switch Dene off. We should just go switch Dene off, but it is what it is. Kill the little mice first. Honestly, there's probably a strat I could do where I don't click Spectre Tenebris skill 3 and use the mice to use Stene's hits. But we're not going to do that. I think with slow debuff, I think with slow debuff, we'll probably end up being fine. Does he get an extra turn for every single debuff he has on him? The bad thing is my Tamarin's not molded either. The Tamarin not being molded is going to be kind of bad. Uh-oh. If we don't beat this very fast, though, I'll just go build the proper team for it. Oh, I didn't mean to. I meant to S3. It lagged, so it didn't register my switching to S3. Oh, well. All right. Now here comes the annoying part of this. Does he every single... He doesn't every single time? Okay. He doesn't get CR push when you do hit him. It's a 50% chance for extra, so he just has a chance to get extra turn no matter what. Or is it 50% if he has a debuff? Usually you save your S3 until you know you're gonna be close to killing him, but my Stene doesn't have a 100 crit chance either, which is gonna be a little rough. Yeah. It's 50% per every debuff. Yeah, we probably need to go change teams then. I didn't realize it was a set stage. We have to land defense break at the right time, and we have to soul burn at the right time. If we had defense break right here, we'd be in a decent spot, but we do not. Made this today in 10 minutes off run with the no debuff team. Yeah, no, if you just switch to a no debuff team, like you can use even like fire Mercedes here if you wanted. I guess we go for it now and just see. There's one crit. There's no crit. Yeah, the non-critting's gonna kill me here. Damn. It was close. If we would have crit all 4 of those and crit this S3, we would have killed him. He might still kill him. Nope. Uh-oh. I think we're fine, though. We're probably fine. Oh, we're fine. Okay. Even with a debuff team, it's still pretty easy. RNG carried? How? He was poisoned, so even if he healed himself, he'd be at the same HP. I just wouldn't have the poisons, but he was slowed, so it doesn't matter. But yeah, it's really easy to beat it regardless. You just switch out to a no debuff team. So just switch Spectre Tenebria to Vivian and put Spectre Tenebria's gear on Vivian. And if you have... well, I don't know who your front tank could be, but... Not RNG carried, it's not that hard. You can beat it with a debuff team. You just have to use your soul burns at the right time. That's all it's about, is using your soul burns at the right time to try to get him low. That's all you have to do. Because he doesn't heal enough to outpace your team, the damage, after you soul burn. I didn't even need a dual attack. He was slowed. I didn't even need the dual attack. It was easy. I got him full HP when I'm about to kill. It's just about learning the timing. But either way, you just switch out your characters and just use stuff that isn't going to debuff. He does. He just didn't hit 100% run. Oh, well. There you go. You saw I beat it. With the same team. I've always beat it. I've never switched characters, by the way. I always use Spectani on him. I've never switched to a no debuff team. I've never needed to. Everybody else struggles with it. It always confuses me. Maybe I just luck sack it every time we do it. Better to be lucky than good. Hi, I'm on day 5 of playing. Should I use Skystones to summon Albedo? I would not know. I mean, you'll get enough bookmarks. Just summon slowly over time. That's where this game gets you, is when it makes you spend your currency when you early, because you feel like you need to have the character at that moment. You can just go at the pace of the game. Don't try to outpace the game. How get more mystics? Spend money. Mystics. So you get mystics from shop refreshing, guild wars, and there are 3 ways to get mystics: shop refreshes, guild wars, and droughts from hunt, and also from Moonlight Theater. Other than that, the only way to get mystics is spend money, because mystics are the super rare, strong characters of the game. How did you get Brig? I haven't watched the guide yet. Day 1, I got him from free summons. If that wasn't Brig, though, that'd be Crozet. I would just switch Crozet out for Brig. The only thing that he is adding to my team over Crozet right here is he has slow debuff. So the slow debuff helps a lot, but Crozet would be fine because Albedo is going to defense break for me. But as long as you have a defense break on your team, you're good to go. But that's all Brig's really adding. Crozet would be more bulk. So even though the boss is not slowed, you have more bulk to survive everything. The money for a Mystic pack worth? Best value is to get Skystones for refresh. Yeah, so the best place you can spend your Skystones, for summons at least, is going to be shop refreshing. That secret shop at the main lobby, you shop refresh. How do you counter Junua? I always usually just bam. I don't know if that's smart. I mean, you can. Junua is really strong. You can take 50-50s with water units, so like Blue Shoe, Karina. I doubt you have Karina, but Blue Shoe is a decent pick into him. Red Polytus is a decent pick into him. Yeah, Arrowwell's really good into him. If you can stun him or create a situation, I mean, ML Landy's really good into him with the anti-crit. Troublemaker Crozet, you can give one of your characters anti-crit, which helps a little bit. It's not a bad strategy. I have all Aespa. I'm not new. I'm just... Oh, she's not built? Yeah. She's one of like the most common counters to him, but she only counters him maybe half the time because he'll just hit blue units. You're taking a 50-50 when you use Karina. I recommend getting him from story summons? Yes. Brig is going to be like your best second story summon character depending on the rate of pace you're playing. So if you're playing pretty heavily and you're going to be to chapter 5, the thing is you have to be to chapter 5. If you're going to be to chapter 5, by the time you can do a second story summon, he's the best second story summon. But you have to beat Zio and get to chapter 5 to do him. That's the problem. What would be the change of Albedo for your team? Free Spirit Tier. You just want a character that can defense break. So if you say you had Brig as a different character and you just have any character in the back, like say you have Crozet here, you just need to have something. And even if you can use Adventure Raz too. Adventure Raz in the slot instead of Brig. He has a defense break under this too. It's just not as good. Well, once you scale up, or especially Shadem has a defense break. Which character summon should I go for after chapter 3? The collab units. Currently the collab units. Is Astromancer Elena any good? She's okay, but you're probably not going to really be able to use her. I need to kill this orb first. That is the secret to Abyss. Always kill the orb first. How many 3Fs should we get? I mean, I wouldn't summon. If you have Albedo, I wouldn't summon. Just try to make sure you at least get one. And if you, sometimes to get that one, you need to buy it from the shop. Just buy the one from the powder shop. Don't, if you summoned Albedo, don't keep summoning on the banner trying to get the artifact. How many Tonfas do I need to save? Just save one and max it out. So feed 5, or you pull 6 Tonfas and get 1 maxed out. As long as you do that, you should be fine. Hoping next week I get all the pieces I need to build ML Shoe. You will be very happy once you do. ML Shoe is fantastic. Is it worth to buy another 3F for a third from Powder Shop, or should we keep 2 or 3? I mean, probably it's going to be best to have 2 individual copies of it. So if you want to buy a second one and keep 2 split and then have one that you feed the third one into, you can. I mean, with these kind of limited artifacts like this, it's usually really nice to have a second copy of them because there's a chance they might not come back for a long time. So one example of this is Rocket Punch artifact. Rocket Punch artifact's really good on everybody, but no one can get it because we've been waiting for an aespa collab rerun for over a year or longer. I don't even know at this point. So if you have the chance to get multiple copies of whatever, it's usually a good thing. Because this is an artifact that could, I mean, every single night that comes out, there's a chance that this artifact could be best artifact possible on it. So it's just kind of scary not to have extra. You think she needs a buff? I mean, I don't know. She's not bad. Like, Albedo's not a bad character. She just looks kind of bad in the current meta because we just got Janua. You guys realize if we didn't just get Janua, Albedo wouldn't seem that bad. She has really good mitigation. There were no really good fire characters. It's just the current state of the meta with Janua being so strong that Albedo doesn't look as good as she would be. So it's just bad timing on Janua coming out. But in 6 months, Albedo may be insane because it just depends on where the meta goes. The meta or the RTA or PvP meta of this game shifts constantly every couple months. So it just depends on what characters get buffed because we get character buffs every 6 weeks. So if some blue characters become very, very strong, she might be insane in a couple months. So I think she's already decent. She's not insanely strong, but she's already decent. She's really good mitigation. Oh, was at the point where you started Tamarin banner. Seems like you get her. How many pulls? 70. I got her in 70 pulls. Event farm 4 or 5. You can only clear stage 5 one time. You can't farm stage 5. You always farm the highest difficulty of whatever you can for things like this to get the max value out of it, but you can't farm stage 5. It's a one-time clear thing. We're on Abyss like 64, 65 now. Is it a reason why I have a second tank in the back line? I mean, the second tank, she's kind of just a damage dealer and she's going to survive. So it's just a safe team. So this team right here will probably clear everything. How'd you get Brig? I got lucky on daily summons. But if I didn't have Brig, I would just be using Crozet or A-Raz right there. I had to battle whenever we pulled him. I was like, do I get to use him? I let chat decide whether I got to use him or not since we got lucky and got him. They said just use him, so I am just using him. Got lucky, pity Tam and Albedo. That sucks. Eventually your luck will turn around. You'll get lucky on some banners. Took my new account 6 pulls for Tama. That's lucky. I mean, that's about what I got, so I can't complain. Is it good to invest some gear on Tyria? I mean, you just use Tyria's gear set that it gives you for. That speed set's not bad. It's T70, but for the point of the game you're at, that set's not bad at all. Got any ML5s? Nope, no ML5s. I haven't really gotten many other 5 stars either. This account isn't super lucky. The Brig pool is pretty lucky, but overall the account's not that lucky. Don't these little spirit thingies heal? Don't these little spirit guys heal? Pretty sure they do. I'm gonna try to kill them. Oh, actually, I'm not gonna try to kill them. D7 World Cup 2023 Championship ring good? Yeah, that's like the ideal ring for damage dealers. Let's kill these little spirit guys because I'm 90% sure that they heal them or do something annoying. After Tam, what should I invest in? I already have Albedo and Artifact. Well, Sheltier comes out on Wednesday, and that's what you're going to invest in, a Sheltier on Wednesday. Just started my old account. I logged in, pulled all the stuff. A lot going on. What do you think their new accounts are? ML Dilbert, Charles, Kayron, Kisei, or Lulika worth? Blue Lulika? No. Charles? No. Kayron, kind of. Kisei, not really. ML Lilbut's all right. Do I want to skip on 3F? No. You want to buy one copy from the powder shop. Ooh, 50 bookmarks. Oops, I didn't mean to start this. All right, that was stage 65, right? Yeah, stage 65. So we got 5 more of those. Let me go in. We want to have unrecorded history farming 24/7 in the background. So let me go get that going again. Always have unrecorded history farming in the background. Oh, are all ML versions? Oh, sorry. MLK, ML Kisei, ML, no, none of them are really good, no. The ML versions are honestly the same or worse. They're all really in-game units, so... and a lot of them require speed gear. ML Lilibet's probably the best out of all of them. But ML Kayron requires high speed. Kayron requires a very specific build for him to be good right now. Kisei requires high speed, and she's not the greatest anyway. And ML Lulika requires insane speed. So unless you have a billion speed stuff sitting around, probably not. Is ML Villager good? He's not bad. He's the best farmer in the game. ML Villager's by far the best farmer in the game. But he's not as strong as he used to be, so if you ever hear people talk about him, they're going to say he's not very good, but he's still really good. But he's just nowhere near as strong as he used to be, is the trade-off. Alright, so we have one more day. Yeah, we have one more day and we get this. Dude, tomorrow we get so much stuff on this game. It's gonna be awesome. Tomorrow's the biggest day for this. Does Aiden need pen? You don't have to have pen now. Pen, you just do a bit more damage, but if you do crit set, you get extra stats, so the damage trade-off isn't... It's good, but it's not necessary. Nothing in the game needs pen set, but pen set's just a slight in-game build upgrade. The Discord is in the description of the YouTube video, so if you go to like where you can like read about the stream, there's a Discord link in there. What sets your Albedo on? No, she's just general healer. I don't like the idea of damage Albedo. Damage Albedo I don't think is the play, unless you're like crit chance neck with low crit damage. You lose too much bulk on Albedo, so our artifact doesn't get near the value. Uh-oh. Connection to server has been lost. I have to restart my emulator, don't I? I left it on all night. My emulator's been on for like 24 hours straight. I fell asleep with it farming unrecorded history. Alright, let me just redo. Let me just restart the emulator. I left the emulator on for probably 24 hours straight. Using a VPN? Correct. Why? I probably need to reset that too, but... Unrelated, but I stacked so many returning covenants. I currently have 56 free a day, yeah. Returning players have a ton. I keep connection lost. When with VPN, it'll. I mean, it depends on where your VPN's routing you to, I guess. But for me, it doesn't really do anything. That might be the reason I disconnect is from VPN. Like VPN's shitting itself, but so that could be a reason why, but I don't know. Bro, that solo Arch Mercedes is Abyss 80. Took 1 hour, but he did it. Archies are great, aren't they? Just building up enough souls to just Archie whatever. Oh, great. But this is what my Albedo's on. Her gear's not even leveled. Just free HP set. Most of the game, anytime you see anybody with anything, they're going to be on free HP set or free attack set. That's the only gear that's on anybody. Anytime you want to know a build, that's going to be the build. It's either free HP or free attack set. Never anything special for early game players. So just throw the free HP set on, you're good to go. Brig, free HP set, good to go. All you gotta do. Tamarin, free HP set, you're good to go. Spectre Tenebria is the only like slight difference. And I bought 2 of the arena shop pieces. That's the only change in her. So. Alright, let's go get background battling, farming again. Try this for the 1000th time. Not the team I wanted to farm with, but that's the team that we're gonna get. Okay. So we're 2 Abyss 65. What's the next challenge? It was Expeditions. Abyss 70, Purchase Book of Memories, Clear Expedition. Let's go do a couple expeditions. Let's just do some level 1 expos. Oh my gosh. This global server sucks. Global server is so laggy because there's so many players. Why not you Ainz a PV? Wouldn't he be pretty good? He's okay, but once you get to a certain point, my Spectre Tenebria hits for 50k per attack. And Ainz doesn't really do anything. Right? What day are you? We're on day 6. Ainz counter and shield is nice. It's okay, but it doesn't have the same value. Like once you get so far. Alright, let's go do some expeditions. Can I do Wyvern level 1 expeditions or no? No. But I can do these. But no one has them up right now. Oh no. Oh no, no one's doing expos because of the event. That sucks. No one's doing expos because the event's going on. I didn't think about that. Well, we're kind of stuck because there's not... Dude, global server not having a single expedition up? That's crazy. Oh, there's one. We just have to keep refreshing. We'll get it. Tamarin. Switch out for Albedo. Where are you? Bang, bang. We're not going to get very many points, but we don't really care. I can put one up if needed. We should get them. We just had to keep refreshing it. But yeah, like Ainz isn't bad starting, but he gets worse. Like you start doing enough damage that it just doesn't really make sense to use him. Because bosses have like 200, 300,000 plus HP, so 50,000 damage to a boss is not very much. His RD maybe seems good on AOL. His RD could be okay on AOL, but AOL I think is just better on book. Hold on. But Sage Ball, like Sage Ball and Sazan, the ML5 ball, that's what I'm going to put it on. I like his RD for him. I have ball. I didn't think of that. Yeah, Sage ball on the RD is solid because right now you want a little effectiveness on ball too. So you want a lot of effectiveness, but you also want a low effectiveness. So global is kind of going badly. Yeah, I mean, it's a good thing for the game. There's a lot of player. If Ainz had ignore effectors this, yeah. That's why I'm not using Ainz anymore. Okay, so you use Ainz and you try to get a skill 3. If his skill 3 doesn't go, he literally does nothing. Right? He gets his counter thing. He slightly keeps your team alive with a little barrier. But other than that, he does legit 0 damage. So not the greatest. If he misses a skill 3 at all, he's just basically useless. Sometimes he'll stun a mob, but you don't really need the mob stun. Episode 3, 10-10, IRC was just spam arcing, go full sustain team. I mean, you just need, like, this team right here will beat it. You just need, like, 2 tanks, a healer, or 2 healers and a tank. So, like, I could switch Albedo's gear on Destino and just use whatever. You can use Raz, Crozet, Brig. You get lucky. And then put Stene in the back, and then you're fine. You'll beat. Stage 3 at Shen10 is way easier than when they first released it. Stage 4, 10-10, though, is still very, very hard. Just putting Ainz on your teams makes you superior to everyone lore-wise. True. You might have something there. Thank you for Zeo 10-10 guide, completed with 2 tries. Yeah, this year I'm going to be showing 2 different options to beat Zeo. The way I have to beat Zeo now, you're not really reliant on getting a good support. But the other way I'm going to show, it's basically if you join the Discord and can get someone to add you, you'll be chilling. The free injury stuff for Conquest Point, good for Bellion. I mean, it works on her. It's not really a very good set, but it's enough to be usable. Ooh, that guy got Janua. I'm jealous. Look at this guy, you lucky dog. If I get Janua on this account, that's going to make this so much easier. The 3 characters that would make a huge difference on this account would be ML Landy, Janua. Basically those 2. If I do get Euphine, I don't have Elbrus, so and ML Landy, I won't have Elbrus, but I do have Holy Sack now. So honestly, I'd probably rather have Euphine. You got Janua. Yeah, Janua is very, very strong. He's like top damage dealer, which is crazy because he's a fire element hero. So someone treats Zeo as Wyvern, so I just spam restart till I won. Yeah, that's, I mean, you can try to one-shot it. That's what we're going to do on this run, just because I don't have to spend all the resources. But I just, in that guide series, I just wanted to make a way to where you guys aren't reliant on getting somebody else's character to beat it. Because not everyone wants to join Discord, and some people like doing stuff themselves, so did not want to have you go through an extra step. And it worked. People seem to be beating it, so. On units, where can you see which skills you focus on, which you don't, to say Molin Catalyst? You just have to learn that over time. All right, so there is 4 expos done. I think you have to beat, how many expos do you have to beat? All right, let's clear expedition 4 times so we get some more rewards. Let's go grab those real quick. And then the next one, I think, was beat Abyss 70, right? Ooh, double-edged crescent. Maybe you could use that on somebody. We have another EXP thing. Does that EXP thing immediately... Yeah, that EXP thing immediately procs, doesn't it? It does. Okay, good thing we're farming unrecorded history. Let's go change our unrecorded history team to a faster farming team, though. Since that 30% EXP thing's going. We want to clear this as many times as possible in the next 3 hours. You trying to get Masters RTA in 15 days from now, or account age 15 days? No, account age 15 days, so I have 9 days left. Well, okay, it's like, we have until next Friday. So, whatever next Friday is. So if we're currently at day 6, it's like day 16. But maybe it's in 16 days. Whatever it is, it's like half a month. We're going to try to hit in the 15 days, though. Why is stage 30 of unrecorded? Because it's the fastest for the amount of stigma you get, or for like the EXP that you get. So since it's one of the higher stages, but it doesn't have like a hard boss, it gives more EXP. So if you see over here on your stigma reward, you get the highest value for the fastest time cleared. So stage 30 is what like all in-game players farm. Wait, what's team 2? Okay, so we want Albedo, Stene. I think Mercedes has some gear on. Free Spirit Cherry, I think, has gear on. Okay, this will be our farming team. It's not better to farm the event. No, you do. I mean, the event, we are going to farm the event. But the thing is, if you farm the event, you have nothing to upgrade the gear with, right? So if you have nothing to upgrade the gear with, then there's really no point to farm the event. You're just going to get gear that sits. So we're trying to get a lot of unrecorded history farmed first, so we can actually upgrade the gear as we get it and check to see which pieces we're going to keep or not. So by just farming unrecorded history for a couple of days before I really I'm farming the event mostly on Wednesday, or well, Thursday. That's when I'm going to heavy farm the event. But for right now, I'm not really pushing the event super hard. I'm going to get the original 5,000 currency, and we're going to farm mostly speed set from it whenever it changes over, because there's 2 different parts of the event, so we're waiting for the second part. All right, so the next challenge that we had was to clear Abyss Floor 70. All right, I'm gonna do this portion now. If you guys didn't know, you can buy additional teams, so I'm gonna go ahead and buy the additional teams. I'm gonna just buy 2. You can buy more with Skystones. It's really cheap, so eventually you'll have 10 teams, but I'm going to go ahead and set up the Abyss clearing team so I don't have to switch anything around. Where's Tam? Where's Tam? There she is. I'm actually going to go Mola Tamarin as well. I don't really care about a pet for this. So let's go skill enhanced Tamarin. I need a skill for skill 3. So we need 7 Archer Visions. I guess I could have claimed him from there. Oh well. So Archer's Visions, where are boxes? There we go. So 7 Archer's Visions. Okay. Skill enhance. I'm on day 4 of the event. Where should I be at this point? I mean, I'm just wherever you want to be. I mean, depends on how much you played. Do I have a pet guide? I mean, it's part of the new player guide series. Do I want to spend Molas on her? I don't think we need to. I think that's the only important one that we need to do. Did you know that you can click on the skill enhance window in the cat? Oh yeah, that's what I was talking about. I didn't need to back out of it. Are you kidding? Is it gonna do it again? Please don't do it. Please do not kick me out of the game, because I have that ticket going. I have 3 hours of extra stigma. Really don't want to get kicked out of the game. Ooh, 3 million gold. It's gonna get multiplied up to almost 4 million. Yeah, they added that recently, so hadn't messed with it yet. You need to farm new stage for speed set, I guess. They seem to have a different currency. Yeah, I mean, you can farm this week because the destruction set and immunity set is really good to farm for. I will end up farming for it, but the thing is, farming the event, you don't get level on your account. So like my account's currently level 51. If you farm the event, you don't level up at all either. So I'm trying to farm unrecorded history to get my account higher level as fast as possible, so I unlock all the challenges, because you have to get to a account rank like 61 to unlock the final batch of challenges. So if I were to start farming the event right now, I couldn't upgrade the gear because I don't have charms, and I am not going to get any progression toward leveling up my account to unlock the other challenges. So the goal is to get to as high rank as we can, and then we're going to start farming the event heavily. And while we're farming the event heavily, we're going to be pushing story. Are you going to make a guide for Abyss 101 Plus? No, there's plenty of videos out there. You can go watch those videos. I hate Abyss. I'm not gonna touch Abyss 101 or higher on this account. I mean, maybe eventually I'll do it if I'm feeling like it at the time, but I hate Abyss. Abyss is just an art. It's just all luck. Once you get to a certain point, you're just fighting luck. So sometimes you just go into a Abyss stage. If your first 3 turns don't go perfect, you have to just leave and try again. And I hate that. There are a lot of like, that's why I always say Epic 7 is not good if you're not a PvP player, because even in Chapter 5, there's these challenges that are RNG based. There is no way to like perfectly play and have them work out. There's one of the stages that literally comes down to if the enemy attacks your character, which character they attack. I had to redo it 10 times. Like everything was perfect on it. I did everything I could, but it was just coming down to the RNG of you had to have that enemy on Chapter 5 attack your front character like 4 times. So that's how they make challenging content in Epic 7. And that is horrible, and that's how Abyss is. So anytime you hear me talk about Epic 7 as a PvP game, that is why I'm talking about Epic 7 as a PvP game, because their PvE is designed horrendously bad. Hey, I followed your guide and I need to choose my second ML as a hand guy. You can do hand guy Celius or Death Dealer Ray. All 3 of those are really good. I'm taking Death Dealer Ray on this account, but any of those 3 are still solid. Hand guy, I mean, if you had to rank them, I think Death Dealer Ray is number 1. Conqueror Lilius is probably number 2 right now. But the thing is, one of the reasons we took Hand Guy or Meat Eater Kalrik is because Meat Eater Kalrik synergizes really well with your starting RTA roster, and he doesn't take high gear requirement. Whereas if you take Sea Lilius, you're probably not going to be fast enough to really use Sea Lilius to her full potential for a long time. So the idea behind it was get you a character that you could use right away and gear up that synergizes well with your team versus getting a character that you might not be able to use or you're going to try to use and just lose games because she's too slow. The Sea Lilius needs to be fast. Did you play Nikki? I did not play Nikki. We just listened to Nikki playlist every day on stream. I've never played Nikki. One thing I'm likely going to be doing on YouTube though over the next little bit is I'm going to be trying different gacha games. So if you guys want me to try a certain game, if there's a bunch of you that play X game, think it's really good, that's going to be like one of the segments over the next like couple weeks, because I'm just going to be farming mostly. Like we're not going to be doing a ton on Epic 7. It's just doing the bare minimum and then letting the game farm for X amount of hours per day. Would you farm hard this week or next week? Have you tried solo leveling? No, I haven't. Genshin? I mean, I already have accounts on probably most gacha games. But there are some like Nikki I've never tried. Arknights I haven't played in forever. What other? I mean, if there's any new games coming out, we can play those. I have a Star Rail account that's already pretty solid. But it just it'll be something fun to do that could pass some time. Just play some other games. FGO, I am not going back to FGO. FGO is my first gacha game, and I'm never touching that game again. I had a broken account on Star Rail and SLA, but I dropped them free 7. Yeah. FGO, I mean, okay, guys, that's part of my like lore, getting into like content creation and everything. I used to play FGO at work because I was bored. Okay, so I was looking for a game and I had watched Fate, and I was like, wait, there's a Fate game. So I tried it out, and then I liked it. I loved it, but then I ended up eventually somehow going down the rabbit hole of people selling FGO accounts. I was like, wait, I could make money after work. Like this was a way at the time. I was like, I could make some extra money by just making FGO accounts and selling them. So I ended up creating writing a script on my computer just to run and open FGO accounts. So I ended up having computer. I would leave for work. It was like one of my old gaming computers, kind of upgrade computers. Like, okay, well, this computer can make me money while I'm at work. So I had like 200 or 300 accounts on FGO that my computer would log into all of them while I was at work. And I'd get home, and then once the accounts had been logged into, and I also had a script that would make the accounts for me. So on certain days I would I'd get home from work and then run the account creation one, like every couple days. I'd have them make new accounts. But once the accounts had logged in for 7 days, then I would go and spend all the currency. And then any account that got 5 stars, like any account that got any 5 stars, so those would get saved. Any account that didn't get 5 stars in the first 7 days would get deleted. And then we ended up having, like, I had hundreds of FGO accounts with Merlin's, what's her name? The Dark Artoria, whatever her name was, because she was in like high demand. Waiver accounts, like I had a bunch of accounts that had like 5 stars that were brand new. And the accounts never sold for a ton, but since it was always like a side, I ended up making like an extra $1,000 a month. And at the time, making an extra $1,000 a month was nice.
I could not complain. But that was like my start of getting like deep into gacha games and stuff. Then eventually I stopped playing FGO and started playing some other games, and I eventually stumbled across E7, started streaming it. And now that I stream it, I don't have to worry about making accounts and selling them or doing anything else for extra money, because this became my job. I just have to play the game, which is nice. But I used to always be looking for some kind of way to make extra money. That's been my whole life. Just I'd have a decent job, but I was like, wait, if I could make an extra $1,000 to do X whatever I want to do, always looking for, because I never wanted to get a second job, because once I got home, I wanted to be at home. So I tried to find the laziest ways to make money, and I did decent at it. One of the funny things too was one of the things I found was right when COVID started, Animal Crossing. So any of you guys that have played Animal Crossing on Nintendo Switch, which set are you on Spectre Teabag show after? She's just free attack set with some of the arena set buff for her. But one of the funny things I did was Animal Crossing on Nintendo Switch when it came out. I went into I went to eBay and I saw someone selling bells on Animal Crossing. I was like, wait, you could sell bells on Animal Crossing? And then I looked into it more, and I was like, wait, you can duplicate stuff. So if you had a Nintendo Switch, or if you had a copy of Animal Crossing, a hard copy of it, that you never updated, you could, if you never updated the copy of Animal Crossing, or like ever connect to the internet, update it, you could duplicate stuff. You could duplicate items. So what I did was I had my brother's Nintendo Switch, and I had my Nintendo Switch, and I went and bought a hard copy of Animal Crossing. I would duplicate items to get a bunch of bells. So I'd have millions, like I would sell bells. I don't remember what I sold it for exactly, but whenever Animal Crossing first came out and I was selling it on eBay, I made like $4,000 in 2 weeks. I had to stay up 24/7. But people would put the order in on eBay. They would give me their friend code. I'd message them and be like, all right, are you good for me to come drop it off? And I would go drop off bells. That was like the most money I'd made in that time in a short period. That was just one of the funniest things to look back on, is it was like $4,000 in 2 weeks. And then my eBay account got banned because you're not supposed to do that. But I got the money while I could, and the crazy thing was I sold to like 500 different people, and only one person charged back. One person out of like 500 people charged back. That was it. And it was only like 20 bucks. I had to pay like $35 or something. That was a good time. But yeah, that's my like gacha history, and the reason I got into gacha so deeply was because of FGO, and then starting to do all that stuff. Oh my goodness. Okay, well, hopefully we're fine here. I forgot if you crit this boss, you get kind of cooked. This is the other stage that can be annoying if you're not paying attention. And a gacha with Dislight? Yeah, RFG. I didn't know that was the game that got you into it, but you're younger, so it makes sense. It was the first kind of good looking thing. Did I see the trailer? See the trailer for what? And no, I am not a programmer. No, I know very little about anything computer wise. I'll be completely honest. I know very, very little. All of them related to money making. That's my life, dude. I grew up not having a lot of money, so I always wanted to figure out how to make more money. My parents struggled. My parents are well off now, but there was a period where my parents struggled. And I didn't want that life. I wanted to figure out how to make as much as I could when I was younger, so I wouldn't have to worry about that when I got older. Because my dad, like, he ended up leaving his really good job so he could be at home with us. So that was my life up until this point. Is Janu good for PvE? I don't know. He might be okay for PvE. I'm not sure. But what trailer are you talking about? Chaos Zero Nightmare? Oh yeah, someone sent me a thing for the Chaos Zero Nightmare trailer. I mean the trailer was just like 20 seconds of showing one character, right? What gear did you use? A bunch of different gear. You just want him to have a lot of damage. Oh, that's all that really matters what you're doing. Just get him to have a bunch of damage. Some people go effect rest build, some people go a little bit bulkier. Just all depends on what you have for him. How long is collab going for? It's going for 16 more days, something like that. How good is Death Dealer Ray for early game? I mean, he's only a PvP character. Okay, you're not going to use Death Dealer Ray for anything outside of PvP. All right, we beat it. I just forgot he was the character that reflects, so Stene died instantly. Oh, there's a 2.5 minute trailer now? Okay, I haven't seen that yet, no. I will definitely play that game when it comes out. You mean Masters and Arena, the rank after gold? Well, I'm going for Masters RTA. So there's two different things. Have I played Final Fantasy games? Yeah, I grew up playing Final Fantasy. I was a big Nintendo guy. That's why I ended up doing the Animal Crossing stuff. I love all Nintendo IPs, Harvest Moon, all the Final Fantasy. I love Final Fantasy Tactics games. I love Final Fantasy, all the spin-off games. I'm not really a big Final Fantasy story game person though. I always play the mini Final Fantasy games and love them. Sonic Adventure X Battle on GameCube. I was a big GameCube guy. Smash Bros, obviously. It's a turn-based game? Okay. Are the in-game ratings of characters accurate? No. So here's the thing. 95% of players who play Epic 7 don't really have any understanding of what they're doing, but think they do. And that's the danger of this game. Some people probably would try to argue that I fit in that category, but there are a lot of Epic 7 players that, in their mind, they have this game down to a T, but they do not. Is Abyssal Euphine any good? Yes, she's top 5 characters right now, but she's really hard to gear. How about Mikano for 5-star pool? I'm sad. People also spite vote down units. Yeah, if a character isn't quite as strong as they want it to be, or strong in the way they want it to be, that's a big thing. I might have to run upstairs for a second. I mean, look at Albedo's vote for her is real low. Yeah, it's just because people think that she should be one of the strongest characters in the game, I guess. I don't know. Yeah, I don't think Albedo's bad. She's not insane, but she's not bad at all. Her mitigation is really nice. I'm going to do this run, and I'm using Albedo. Sorry for the squeaky chair. But I think Albedo's fine. All right, I'm gonna run upstairs while this is autoing. I'll be back. Give me a minute, maybe 2. All right, never mind. It wasn't even that long. Already back. Not the strongest knights in all areas. 1 star, I know. All right, 2 more floors. But yeah, Death Dealer Ray is really good early game, but not for PvE. It's for PvP only. What set do I have on my TAM? Free HP set. All my characters are on free gear sets. Whatever. What is Albedo's purpose? Damage mitigation, knight, buff stripper, and defense breaker. You want to put low level hero on unrecorded history level while farming? It doesn't matter. You can either take all max level characters or put them in. I'm not sure which is like technically the most efficient, but the efficiency difference is, so your options are take a low level character and farm slower, or take a high level character and farm faster. But either way, all your overflow stigma, or all your overflow XP goes to stigma. So it's probably at like a little bit lesser value, but I would just take all max level characters and unrecorded history. You can put a low level character in and level them up, but you're gonna get less stigma. But the experience goes to that character. So either way you want to do it, it really doesn't matter. Hey man, thanks for your guides. I'm a new player and I love Janua plus Sifu and Apollitus combo. What should I pick in second Moonlight Blessing in advance? In my opinion, Deity Ray's the strongest right now, but Celius isn't bad for that too. So say your opponent bans. The thing is, do you have another speed set for Celius? Because Death Dealer Ray and Meteor Coward take really similar gear, so either one of those are nice. But the bad thing is Celius takes the same gear as Malpolitus, so do you have an extra set to even build Celius? That's your choice. Is getting 2 high speed sets in this game not easy. Will there be a new collab unit? I mean, we get Shaltier on Wednesday. Shaltier on Wednesday. But yeah, Albedo's purpose is she's just a support character, just a support tank that gives you damage mitigation. Her skill 2 is actually really, really good, the mitigation portion of it. And she does have a little bit of strip. Her S2 does strip if she does the counterattack thing. And she does decent damage, even if you don't put her on any kind of crit, she still does decent damage because of her artifact. Tomorrow, so if we're gonna do the new gacha thing, it won't be until Wednesday though, because tomorrow we'll have I have a bunch of stuff to do in E7 tomorrow because I unlocked the new challenges. So tomorrow we won't probably be able to do the new gacha thing, but Wednesday will be when I start with something. Just have to decide what that game will be. It'd be fun to like do a new gacha game and play it for a week. Just do like 1 week of each gacha. Let's see if we like it. Let's try Nikki. Yeah, I have a feeling it's going to be Nikki that we try. But we'll just play the game for 1 week and then give it like a true review at the end. Whether we like it or not. My whole team is stunned. Unfortunate. .5 anniversary, yeah. Maybe I should kind of like look around and wait for. That sucks. Attack the little mob. I should wait for like games to either be like new release games or have like an event coming up or something. Oh, I only have S3 this turn. That sucks. Artifact is on Brieg, Aureus. I'm on Aureus. Do I play MMOs? No. Guys, I don't play many video games anymore. I'm a first-person shooter player. That's like what my main hobby was prior to this. Oh, we missed. I know, I was a first-person shooter player. So that is my history. All right, land infinite poisons. There we go. Do I play Valorant? I have played Valorant, but I do not like those slow-paced, like, walking games. So I came from Call of Duty, so I play, like, Apex. I like the finals. The finals was fun for a little bit. I like those like fast-paced run-around games, but I don't like the like creep around corners style games. I never like search and destroy or anything in Call of Duty. I'm a run around, play like a crackhead kind of player. Talk about FPS. Have you seen the state of CS2? So many cheaters. I mean, Counter-Strike has always just been unbelievably riddled with cheaters. Just got strays on 3rd ML pool. Congrats. Yeah, Overwatch would be like more my style of game, but I never played Overwatch. I have it downloaded, but never played it. Is he still good on Guild War? I mean, Strays was. I mean, he's just he's average at everything right now. He can be good, but he needs setup. You have to have a character to set him up to be good. I did try reverse 1999. Okay, so that's a bad part about being a creator, is sometimes you boycott games because of how the company treated you. So with reverse 1999, both me and if you guys know who Genesat is, we got contacted by them to play the game and do a sponsorship through them. And then they never contacted us back. Like they asked us everything. They said, okay, we'll reach out to you later. They never reached back out to either of us. So both of us boycotted the game and we just didn't. I played it for like an hour and talked about how bad the game was. So that's one bad thing, is if a game company does me where I feel like the company does me dirty, I'm not going to play the game. And that was reverse 1999. I got reached out to twice by them and they asked me my rates. They said, okay, we'll get back to you. And I don't ask for high rates compared to the other content creators I go for. I guarantee I was like lower rates, but so it wasn't about the rates. It was just, they just didn't go with me. But the biggest thing is they didn't even reach back out to say that, like, to say no. That's why we're not happy with them. Worth getting the Overlord background pack. That's a cosmetic thing. That's up to you. If you want it, you can. You get no, it's not like it's good value in terms of like getting, it doesn't progress you or do anything for you. So that's just if you, oh my gosh, we obliterated that floor. I personally didn't buy it, but all right, there's 470. It's all right, but repetitive, yeah. Either way, I will not be trying reverse 1999. I will not be touching that game with a 10-foot pole because of how their company. Okay, so we finished this. We're gonna buy Book of Memories. Book of Memories. Oh, you are locked. Book of Memories. We have to clear episode 21010 Twisted Core. Okay, well, let's get back to farming unrecorded history. I have to go clear 21010. How long will that take? That's like another hour commitment, isn't it? So you farm the collab around recorded history? I mean, you can farm the collab. That's up to you how you want to do your account. I'm farming unrecorded history because I want the charms for upgrading my gear, and then I what was the other reasoning, guys? Oh, you don't get EXP. So when you farm the event, your account doesn't rank up, and you need to get to rank 61 to unlock all the challenges. So if you go into your ongoing challenges and look at your Molagora challenge, Molagora challenges unlock at rank 51 and 61, and these have a ton of rewards. So that's why I'm trying to get my account to rank 61. I am going to farm the event a little bit, but the more unrecorded history I farm, I know the better my account's going to be. So unrecorded history farming is how you progress your account as an early game player. It allows you to promote 6 stars, get gold. You'll have a bunch of gold because you can take the stigma and turn into penguins. And then it gives you, that's your best way to get charms for upgrading your gear. It's like when you go and sell this junk gear, you get charm dust. Let me click it. See all this charm dust? You get charm dust and you just get raw charms from it. So this is the best way. Farming unrecorded history on a new account is the best way to progress your account. That's why anytime you're playing the game, you want your pet, you want to be background battling this. Oh, what are these? Yeah, I'm not worried about it right now. What book of memory do you buy? I'm not sure. I don't think it really matters. Kind of depends on if you pull certain characters, you pick that book of memories, but otherwise, doesn't really matter too much which one you do. We're only in chapter 8. We gotta do chapter 8, 9, and 10 to get to the next step. That's a little brutal. That is fine. We'll slowly start pushing through this. Small Miracle Book of Memory gives 40 skin tickets. Well, if you like cosmetics, there's the one for you. I'm not sure which one I'm going to do. We'll look and see. I need to update my stats in Discord from my main account. Nostalgic Music Box one is really good, yeah. Nostalgic Music Box is solid. I mean, you could put Nostalgic Music Box on Sea Phantom Politis if really, as a new player, you don't really have a whole lot of artifact options for her. So if you get Politis, it's not the worst thing for her. Bonus damage arty for Kisei Tech is my vote. Yeah. The thing is, though, are we really going to be able to use Kisei? That's the question. Because we're going to be fighting Rand, Zio. We got to figure out what our pre-ban's going to be. Like, do I want to let all the speed characters through? Or I think I can fight him Alandi. I think we have... We'll find out enough options to fight him Alandi. But not really sure. That's gonna be the hardest part, is figuring out who our first pre-ban, because you only get one pre-ban to Masters. So figuring out who that is, it's gonna kind of, the pre-ban we decide is gonna kind of depend on if I get lucky with speed gear at all. If I get a couple of characters that can be decently fast, we won't be as worried about it. But no, it switches back every time. There's so many little things in E7 that I just don't see how they don't fix them. It's like every time I go to a new stage, like I want to do this stage. I just beat a stage with this team, but because I'm background battling with the other team, it auto switches back. Nostalgia Music Box on Clary is what's used for the 2-unit B13 team, 100% win rate team. Oh, I do have the other hunt challenge I can do. You just reminded me. I could do the other hunt challenges. Banshee will be super easy to clear with Albedo. Bring Albedo, Destina. Honestly, Brieg, Albedo, Destina, Tamarin will beat it. When will you do Wyvern? I already did. I already beat Wyvern 13 and did all the Wyvern challenge stuff. That was yesterday. I think yesterday's. If you scroll through yesterday's VOD, we already did Wyvern 13 though. So we only beat Wyvern 13 and then we moved the gear back to other characters because you don't have enough gear to leave a Wyvern team built at the beginning. So we beat Wyvern and then we got all the summons. We pulled Kisei and Flan. But since, well, one big thing is since this account's it's going to be mostly farming the event, we're not really too like pressed about doing Wyvern. Farming Wyvern. We're mostly going to be farming the event. I moved the gear back, then did Wyvern again. True, I had to move the gear back to do Wyvern because you have to beat above Wyvern 10 30 times, or you have to beat Hunt 10 or higher 30 times. So I did all the stuff, moved the gear off Wyvern, and then had to move it back to Wyvern. So that was a little annoying. But I did that. I did all that after stream though. I didn't want to move all the gear on stream. Alright, we gotta remember to change our team every time we remembered. But yes, Arrowell is still good in PvP. I had to pity Albedo. Should I pull for Tam? I would wait for Shelter if you had to pity Albedo. Just wait for Shelter, get her, and then get Tam after. Because you can just use Destina. For all the spots I'm using Tam, use Destina. Your things will be a little bit slower, but you'll be fine. The nice thing about Albedo, though, is she is a strip. Like, the strip is going to make Faustus infinitely easier. Does a pity carry over? On Mystics, it does. On regular banners, no. The only time pity carries over is Mystic banners. So that's why I say if you're ever going to summon on a character, commit to finishing that character. You never want to summon on a character and be halfway to pity and then have the banner go away, because then you just wasted resources. So always go into a banner with the idea you're going to go all the way to pity, or all the way until you summon the character. Whether that be pity or if you get lucky. You never want to waste resources. I love backing out of a stage and getting sent straight back to the lobby. Yep, that happens a lot too. There's so many buggy things that have been going on for like 3 years, and they just will... Epic 7, they have to be the laziest game studio. They have to be. I refuse to believe there is a lazier studio. What do you think about 7 Deadly Sins Grand Cross gear system? Isn't it pay to win? I don't remember their gear system. All I remember is their skins gave stats, so I quit the game. Like, I played the game, the second gear gave stats, I quit the game. AFK Journey, I already played AFK Journey. I was, like, I did a sponsor thing for them. So the AFK Journey, I don't, so any game I've had a sponsor for, I really don't want to, do like a playthrough type thing of it. Or, like, I don't know, if that makes sense. I don't really want to, because then it like, if I were to play the game more and find things I don't like about it, then it doesn't look good on me. So we will try games that I have not had a sponsor for, or do not have probably upcoming sponsors for. What's its predecessor? AFK Arena? Yeah, AFK Arena was actually really popular. It was either really popular or that one content creator, Vulcan Viewbotted. I'm not sure which one it is. It's either Vulcan Viewbots or the AFK Arena is very popular. But Tsuchikage, oh, you hit Legend Arena? Congrats. Get those Sky Stones. Oh my gosh, I had the wrong team again. I hate this, I hate this, I hate this. I hate it. Fix your game, Epic 7, I'm begging you. Skins that give stats is an awful game mechanic, yeah. Especially having skins that give stats when the only way to obtain the skins is by spending money. Now, if skins gave stats but you could get every skin for free, that's fine. But having skins give stats but you have to spend money to get it, that just makes the game's just now, at that moment, the game is pay to win. Like, the second that is a thing, the game is just pay to win. Like, there's no reason to play the game if you're a low spending or free to play player. Why would you ever play a PvP game that you're going to lose to anyone who has more money than you? That's horrendous. Can you suggest what changes E7 needs? I have. I'm an official Epi7 content creator, so I'm in like a chat with community managers. And I've tried. I gave up years ago. I've been an official E7 content creator for like 4 years, a long time. And anytime you make a suggestion, they do nothing. Anytime, like, they send out these surveys too. The Epic 7 will send out surveys to like the player base and ask what they should change. And 99% of the time, those changes will come if they get like brought up, but it takes them years to make those changes. So by the time they have those things fixed, there's like other, oh my god, I did it again, whatever, we'll just see if it beats it. There's like more important problems going on. Grand Crossing, you technically get skins free and the amount you can use once it's capped. Also, PvP for crystals is ungeared. PvP for crystals is ungeared. Wait, so the skins don't count for that? Either way, Grand Cross, no thank you. Any IP-based gacha, get me out. Any IP-based gacha, no thank you. I'd rather not play that game. IP-based gachas are usually not what you want to do with your time. Well, I guess this team will clear any non-boss stage if I accidentally pick it. I just got Zio good for PvP and easy to build as a new player. Not really. You can, I mean, he's not really good to have. For a new player to build him properly, I mean, you want to be at least 240 speed on him as a new player. If you can't get 240 speed, he feels really pointless to use. So I would not even try to build him. And if you build him at 240 speed, he's still gonna get outsped by stuff. But Zio he is new player friendly because it's not hard to get 240 speed, guys. Like, if I do one crafting session on this account, like of like 10k materials, I'll probably be above 240 speed for him. But for a new player that doesn't know the game yet and doesn't know gear rolling too well, then probably isn't going to be the greatest thing at first, but you'll be super happy you have him later. What do you think about the new Smilegate game, Chaos Zero Nightmare? I haven't looked. I saw like a 20-second trailer that just showed one character, but I haven't seen anything on the actual game yet. Supposedly there's like a longer trailer out now. Either way, we'll play it. But I'll look more into it now that I know there's a bigger trailer out. The thing is, that game's probably not going to come out for like a year, though, is it? Like the newest game that's coming out that's like got a lot of hype is Wuthering Waves. Wuthering Waves will be really fun. Actually, I'm a new player. To get 260 speed is easy. Can be. I mean, 260 speed is... It's not hard, but if you're... I don't know. Not everyone can do it, okay? I don't want to say everyone can get a 260 speed Zeo easily. It's just trying to be... Did I try Outer Plane? No, that game looked horrendous. As an Epic 7 player, seeing Outer Plane just looked like you're going from Epic 7 to Epic 2. Like, I'm sure there's some good things about Outer Plane, but whenever you're playing a game that like prides in its graphics and animations, and you go to a game that is that, it's like a downgrade of E7. So there's like no long-term E7 player was gonna go switch to Outer Plane. It just wasn't gonna happen. They said it's gonna release soon in 2024. Wait, really? Ooh, we might have a new game to play, boys. That sounds good. Opinion on card games and deck building? I love card games. I played Magic the Gathering for most of my life. I haven't been playing it like the last like 5 years, but that was my childhood. I was playing Magic the Gathering. Played some Yu-Gi-Oh! I played Pokemon cards. I played Pokemon cards competitively. I went to state. Did I go to state tournament? Regionals tournament? I don't remember how the tournaments are laid out for it, but I played Pokemon very heavily for a while. Played Magic very heavily for a long time. What else? Were there any other card games? I mean, played Yu-Gi-Oh! As a kid, obviously, but Yu-Gi-Oh! Is Yu-Gi-Oh! If you like Yu-Gi-Oh!, then it's sick. I feel like if you play any other card game, you don't like Yu-Gi-Oh! Anymore. If you want to disrupt an opener, an RTA... Oh, if you want to build Zeo as a new player. But is it worth it? I mean, it is worth to try if you can get the gear. But what I'm trying to say is don't try to force him on bad gear or else he just won't work. Went to a Yu-Gi-Oh! Tournament when I was young and met the voice actor for Kaiba. That's pretty cool. I do appreciate that you delineate between a new account and a new player. Yeah. Well, I try to. There's so many variables in Epic 7. Like your knowledge of the game. And the big thing is, have you played Summoner's War before? Have you played any gear gacha? Did you play Honkai Star Rail before? Do you have a basic understanding of gear rolling? Are you is this your first gacha game? There's so many things that can go into it that everybody's at a different learning point, so it's just so hard to suggest certain things. So I try to always suggest the dumbest answer possible, or like the most toned down answer. I go in with the idea that everybody has no experience whatsoever. And if they do, then they can do more than I say. And that's always a good thing. But I don't want to give false hope to new players just to have them be disappointed. It's the best way to put it. I'm trying to avoid disappointment. I'm the same age as you, and I don't know how the hell to play Pokemon TCG. I didn't learn Pokemon TCG until I was like in high school. Was I still in high school? No, it was after high. No, it was in high school. No, it was like the end of high school. Pokemon TCG was so fun though. It was the most fun thing about Pokemon TCG is it was simple. It was balanced. I felt like it was balanced. I loved Pokemon TCG. It wasn't too expensive at the time, at least. Now Pokemon TCG's got to be crazy expensive with how just cards in general are, or just the economy in general. But Pokemon at the time, it was cheap to play. Like you could get like a top tier deck for $300. You have the best deck you possibly get for $300. Whereas Magic the Gathering, even back then when I played Magic, trying to get whatever top meta deck at the time was like a minimum $600-700. I can't imagine now. Like what does it cost to get like if you were to go buy the deck list of whoever won last tournament. That's got to be expensive, right? I would imagine it's between $1,000 to $2,000 if you were to buy the champs. You can play for like 60 in Pokemon. Well, you can play for cheap, but I mean competing. Like competing in those games, you need specific things, so it's a little bit more expensive. Balance, you go in shambles, yeah. Pokemon was super simple. Pokemon was the most simple card game I ever played. You could get strategic. MTG is expensive AF, I know. Should I buy 0 imprints in the shop? If you're a new player, I never advise new players to buy imprints in the shop when you could buy Galaxy Stones and have a chance to get a second character. Like, would you rather have Zeo plus another Moonlight 5, or would you rather have your Zeo slightly better, is the question. Like, Zeo's imprint, it's effectiveness. So if you're not doing effectiveness Zeo, you don't really have any reason to buy them. I just recently started buying Zeo's imprints. What is an imprint? It's a duplicate for the character that gives extra skills. So there's items in the game, they're called slates, that you can get to 5-star characters or feed a duplicate copy of the character in, and then they get extra stats. So imprinting, do you remember Free Spirit Tyria? That part teaches you imprinting and shows you that they get the additional skills. It's like Free Spirit Tyria gets crit chance, or I think it does. I think she gets crit chance if you have multiple copies of her. That's the Free Spirit Tyria portion teaches you about the game. Hopefully this clears it. I'm on the wrong team again, I just realized. Deck I use sitting around $700, so that's also because it has no cards that upgrade it recently. Yeah, but I'd imagine the amount of money is around $1,000 for like top tier Magic deck, which honestly isn't the worst. Because that's the thing, if you are a good card player, like if you're a good Magic player and you have the good deck and you go to tournaments, you'll probably be able to like make a decent amount of that money back just winning occasionally. So you go to your Friday Night Magic, if they even have those anymore, anywhere. You go to Friday Night Magic and you win. What team do you recommend for auto KDs? You don't farm KDs. That's the secret. You don't farm KDs. You pretend KDs doesn't exist. Wait, that Bellion was on 3F artifact. That's funny. That's the secret to KDs, is you don't touch it with a 10-foot pole. You wait until Rift comes out and you build a Rift team instead. Why though? You don't. It's pointless. You're better off farming other things and then farming Rift to get. Okay, so here's the way to put it. Building a KD's team is hard, right? Building a KD's team is very, very hard. Pretty hard. I wouldn't say very, very hard, but it's pretty hard. Okay? When you can just wait and get the KD's gear from farming Rift or other means to get that gear. But farming it feels terrible because Revenge set is awful. Injury set you can only use on so many characters. Pen set and Torrent set are okay, but you only need 2 pieces of each. So, not the greatest to put resources into farming KD's. Your best friend owns a card shop and him and a few others go around traveling for Pokemon tournaments. It's still pretty cheap? Okay. I mean, Pokemon, they almost have to keep it relatively cheap. Maybe it's just vintage or like old Pokemon cards are expensive. Maybe that's why I'm thinking it's so expensive, but that's the thing with Magic, is they reprint cards, and like as a collector, for like me, I always wanted the old version of the card, which are always more expensive. It's like Birds of Paradise is a good example. I don't know how Birds of Paradise still gets used, but I had some old Birds of Paradises, like holographic ones. Like my Magic deck when I was like 17 was worth a lot of money because I just had every old card. I'd have like a super cool version of it. How about Ace of Manic? Yeah, you don't need to farm it either. There are all those secondary types of gear. If you focus farming it too much, then you're just halting like the regular. I mean, eventually, once you get super far, you can try to farm Azzy or Arcades. But until you have like a super insane geared roster, like you're gonna have crit set on a bunch of your characters, and then eventually when you need to min-max your core roster, then you can go to those. But like say you need an immunity set or you want to try to get a secondary rage set or whatever, you can farm a little, but like 99.9% of the time you should be farming Wyvern or Banshee. Mostly Wyvern. But you could farm a lot of Banshee. But those are the only two hunts you should put 99.9% of your focus on. I picked the wrong team again. I am so sick of this. Ooh. It's the boss stage, so I'm just going to go ahead and restart it. We're going to wait. We're going to click here. There we go. I just thought that I had to get some items from every hunt to be flexible with the builds. I mean, you will get those items without farming that. I have done a total of like 0 A13 on my main account. I've farmed it almost none at all. Like maybe 50 runs in 5 years. And I think that was for challenges or something. When does usually Rift unlock? Well, we've only ever had one Rift and it just ended. So I'd imagine Rift would be back soon for another element. But yeah, that's the thing with Rift is just farm it. For your like rage set gear, if you need another rage set, just slap that on Rift for a little bit. Birds of Paradise is still around $5. Birds, if you have like a holographic Birds of Paradise from like way back in the day, they were worth like, when I was playing, they were worth like $60+. Some of them were like hundreds of dollars. That's the thing with the card shop owner. Always had like the super cool like vintage cards, and anytime I could get a chance to like trade in one of them to like make my deck just look cooler. Very cool. That was back during like Lorwyn, original Lorwyn, when like fairies, Merfolk, Treants, a Treants deck were sick. But yeah. The original, the start of Planeswalkers, that was so cool. Pulling a holographic Planeswalker back then was like you could get any card you wanted out of anybody because they wanted it. They didn't even care if that was the deck they used. 1993 Birds of Paradise is $3,500. Yeah, that's not the kind I had. I'll tell you right now. That's not the Birds of Paradise I had. That's extreme example, but. Oh wait, that cancels this. Alright, I would like to get to Faustus today on stream, but it's going to take a while at the current rate because trying to farm background battling during pushing adventure is the biggest nightmare I've ever seen. I really think that Epic 7, like the people who work on the game, they don't play the game. Because if they ran into these problems, they would go fix them. There's no way they play their own game. Like I actually told everyone that they were probably working on another game. So the fact that that new game's coming out is hilarious. I wonder, it's got to be some of the same people, right? Do you get burnt out sometimes? All the time. I suffer through creator burnout usually once every few months, if not once every other month. I try not to overdo it, but the bad thing is I have to make so much money, so... And then times I don't have sponsors, like right now, I have to stream as many hours as I can per day, and I need to start doing some account work, so... If I have sponsors, that's usually the time that like my life's the easiest. If I don't have any sponsors at the time, then my life kind of sucks during that time. It doesn't suck. I mean, I'm living the dream on paper, but yeah. You already have the event on farm? No, I'm not farming the event yet. I'm waiting until probably Wednesday, and I'll farm all day Wednesday. What's my team look like? Ainz Albedo. Ainz Albedo, I'll put Tamarin in at first. Can you have leaf anymore? I've already burned all my leaves, I think. I'm just be burning skystones for it, but I think I'm already out of leaves. I might have got a couple from challenges today, but I'm out of leaves, so I'll just be using skystones so far. How did the last date went? Which one was that? Which one? The one last week? It was alright. Was, I don't know, not super exciting. I wasn't super into it. I don't know if we'll go out again. We will see. This game is kind of screwed over my returner account. If you get over rank 40 before the 7-day Archie finish, it blocks you from getting the Archie Ops event. Wait, really? On a returner account? You can't be over rank 40? Yeah, they weren't even masses RTA. Yeah, it was depressing. But now it just... What's your goal for today? I want to try to clear chapter 3 or chapter 2. I want to clear Faustus. That's what we're trying to do. But curious to see gameplay in new Smilegate game. I wonder if they'll have any kind of like closed betas or anything. I wish they would like invite the E7 content creators to try out their other games. That'd be cool. All right. Playlist is over, which means we've been streaming for 2 hours. Was she a Lizzo war tank? What's that supposed to mean? War tank. What does that mean? The only thing that could mean in my brain is, was she big? No. Guys, I'm 6 foot, like 6'3", 6'4", and I weigh 140 pounds. I will tell you right now. Did you get sushi? No. Went to a bar. I am not. I don't think there's any way I could date anyone that's like bigger. There's nothing wrong with being bigger. Obviously, I'm not trying to say that. But pretty much all the girls I have ever talked to are like 5'2" and like 120 pounds. They're all tiny. 120 pounds at most. Probably not even that. I don't even know. I don't know their weight. I've never asked, but I'd assume if I can pick them up, they're not that. He is asking, was she fat? That's the only place my brain went, is like, is he asking if she's fat? No. Man, I love short girls. Yeah, that's all I've ever dated. Being a foot taller than somebody else is just always hilarious. I had the chance to use, sorry, not my first language. Yeah, fat, but more of a... No, I've never gone on a date or anything with someone who was bigger. Oh no, I did. There was one. I got like kind of catfished, I guess. I wouldn't say she was like... I wouldn't say she was a war tank by any means, but she was not as fit as her profile pictures made her seem to be. I'll be honest, I've been burnt out on sushi. Like, I'll get sushi and I never eat the whole thing. I'll eat 8 of the 10 rolls. You see, I know war tank. Use the war tank. Yeah, war tank is a new one. Gotta keep for later. That's the highlight of the stream, is asking if the girl was a war tank. Incredible. What's my current favorite food? It was sushi for a while. I gotta say, I went through like a 3-month period where I was getting sushi like 4 times a week. Just Alaska rolls just hit different. Favorite food right now though? I don't know if I have one. Are American girls faithful? Everyone I've dated has been. I've never been cheated on or anything. In my 15 years of dating, I've never been cheated on. But it just depends on I mean, you got to be able to tell the kind of person they are. And that right there is why I have a lot of first dates that don't end up in second dates. Because I can tell immediately, it's like, this is not going to be... I don't need to be stressing about anything else. Because that's the thing is I sit and work from home. I have too much time to sit and think. I don't want to be with someone that I do not think I can trust completely. I'd imagine probably every country, every culture, everything is probably about the same. Oops. In that regards. But Ben shot you, did I say hello to you? Sorry if not. What issues do you have background batting while doing adventure? It changes your team. So like this is not the team I want to be using. I'll try to click a different team and then it forces me into this team because it's the team I have background battling. ACCDG to Andrew Tate, no. Is that according to Andrew Tate? No, they're not the same. I don't know anything about Andrew Tate, I'll be completely honest. All I've ever heard is negative things from Andrew Tate, negative things about Andrew Tate, but I saw one video of Andrew Tate talking about male loneliness and he nailed it. And it was like, I was like, this is the guy everybody hates? But then I saw it was like a couple other things eventually. I was like, oh, okay, it makes sense. He's super cocky. But he had like a little like speech he gave on male loneliness. Like he nailed it right there. You know how many guys are going through this right now? It's brutal. But for every one good thing he says, I think he says like 30 bad things, so. Human trafficking doesn't help his image? Is that even true? Hasn't he beaten like all allegations for that or something? Because he's not in jail, so I'd assume that that might not even be true. I don't know. I don't know anything about him. I don't care. I think the thing is a lot of people think his overall message he's sending is bad. And in that case, it's not a good thing, I guess. But the thing is, anybody can be a creator. Anyone can spread any message they want. I tell people to pick Dustina instead of a Asarian RTA. So in some people's eyes, I'm just as bad as Andrew Tate, probably. No, the trial is still ongoing. Oh, okay. He also skipped out on the UK so he could avoid criminal charges. Yeah. I mean, I'd do the same. if I've ever felt like I had an option to not get screwed in some way, I would do the same. That's Cope. All right, let's not argue about Andrew Tate in an Epic 7 stream. All right. How did Andrew Tate even get brought up? Who was it? Tenkai. Funny. Imagine being told to pick Ken. I mean, Ken isn't the worst pick in the universe. In all honesty, not the worst pick. The biggest thing though is you just don't have his artifact. You don't have an artifact that's good on him. One thing is you can technically use Shout Tier artifact on him now though. So if you did pick him up, Ken, just use Shout Tier. Ooh, no, don't want to do that. Oh my gosh. I am misclicking everything. Today's a rough day of menu navigation Epic 7. Okay, click this. Memory imprint. You can tell I haven't played any shooters in weeks. Why do some people use like awful teams on arena defense? Because they don't have anything. I mean, your arena defense team doesn't really matter. It's going to get beat by everything until you get further into the game. So the reason some people have awful arena defense. Arena doesn't start until you're Challenger Arena. If you're anything below Challenger Arena, all those teams are fake. So that's why they have auto teams, is because what are they going to put? Their story clearing team? Your story clearing team is going to beat their story clearing team. So it literally doesn't matter what you have on arena defense until you're further into the game, because you're going to get beat by anybody who's actually playing the game. But once you get to Challenger Arena, that's where the real game starts. Real question is how to beat Janua plus ML Poly. That's so cancer. Answer is outspeed it. Outspeed it or Karina's super bulk down and pray. But no. Supposedly, Politis has like a 65% win rate in RTA, meaning that there's not a whole lot that beats that. I'm pre-banning him all Politis now. Because there's certain things in Epic 7. It's usually when a new character comes out, it's very, very hard to have options for it. So that's why a lot of players will just, when a new character comes out, they immediately just start pre-banning it. In Arena, oh, Politis, red Politis plus some blue unit. I don't know. I don't think I've fought it in Arena. So my third 6-star B after Cigarette and Tyria. Who did I do? I don't remember who I did for mine. It doesn't really matter. You can do Destina. You can do... I mean, after your... Wait, your third 6-star should be Spectre Tenebria. Because you need to get 2 6-stars to get Spectre Tenebria to be able to be 6-starred, right? So I would say Spectre Tenebria is probably your third 6-star. Wyvern tank, do Grace of Growth for your Wyvern tank. Grace of Growth your Wyvern tank. I mean, you could 6-star your Wyvern tank if you want, but I would Grace of Growth the Wyvern tank so you could switch them out later. Penguins for level 60. Oh, then don't 6-star something right away. Be patient. You're trying to rush things. If you already have a thing, just, I mean, you don't need to 6-star another character yet. You're gonna 6-star Stene, so there's your target. Just do the stuff. Slow yourself down. Epic 7 is about patience. The more patient you have in spending your resources, the better you will spend them. Okay? Say it all the time, but this is a patience game. Like when you have a bunch of stuff, like all these boxes and stuff, just hold on to them until you know exactly what you want to do with them. Once, like, if you start just spending everything to spend it, patience in this economy, yeah. I know it's hard. Trust me. I made an account. I was a new player in Epic 7. I wasted everything. Trust me, I know. I completely get it. Are you doing the one-man defense in Arena? Or just maintain Challenger 4? Oh, I'll just maintain Challenger 4. By the time we get to Challenger, which will be in like a day or two, I should have my account like kind of stacked enough to where I can create a decent enough defense to not lose at all. But no, I'll do an actual defense team in Challenger. If it is Politis and Tywin, do not fight the Tywin is ungodly fast and will stun like your entire team. Oh yeah, a Tywin with it on there. Is it better to spend Leaf and Skystones to refresh your farm unrecorded history? Yes. As a new player, you don't need to spend all of your resources, but spending some of your Skystones. Obviously, your Leafs you just spend for anything you would use stamina for. Skystones, basically the same thing, but you just don't want to spend all your Skystones. Keep some, obviously. Like I usually tell people, don't go below 8k Skystones. Am I losing to rank 33 teams because you didn't gear your characters? I guess. I don't know. Some people suggest we make one-man defenses to go down in rank for conquest point farming. I mean, I guess you can. Are you going to get attacked enough? I mean, you can if you want. I personally would rather not do that. But you can do that. It's not the worst idea in the world, but the biggest thing is I just don't want at the end of the week to have to struggle to get back to Challenger, because in case I just don't do Arena. If you have the one-man defense to get farmed, and then at the end of the week you end up busy during the weekend, and then you're back in whatever, you get less Skystones. So that's up to you. If you're going to keep up with it, yeah, it's probably not bad. I have the wrong team for this. Hopefully it beats it. Next rift will be Earth or Ice, right? Probably, yeah. We don't know for sure, but I would imagine it will be another RGB element. Just trying to make people do rift with ML5s. Don't think that's the best rift idea. I think rift will never be light or dark, to be fair. I think it'll always be RGB. Red, green, blue. There was one... Okay, we're not going to 3-star this, I guess. There was one account that I did account work on, and He was in, I think he was only in Masters, and I wasn't paying attention to what his arena defense team is, and I was like trying to climb arena for him because I was gonna try to get him to challenger while doing his account work. I took, and it was like a 12-hour period, and then I hopped back on his account. I looked, he had like, it was like 90 defense losses in a 12-hour period, and he went all the, he dropped like 1,000 points. So I guess maybe that's what he was doing at the time, but it took me so long to climb back up after that. Like it was like a 12-hour period. He fell unbelievably far. I had never seen anything like it. I opened the screen and like shit myself. Or they farmed ungodly gear on the new event as a rank 30. I mean, they wouldn't, at rank 30, you can't even upgrade that gear. You have no charms. Unless they bought charm packs. But no, it's likely your gear's just not upgraded. The rank 30, you literally can't have charms. It's not possible. You guys ever get ML5 in the Galaxy Summon? I've been playing for 5 years and I've maybe got 10 through all my Galaxy Summons. Maybe more. I don't know. Galaxy Summon ML5s are not common. Some people get super lucky, most people do not. If you get ML5 from Galaxy Summon, you got super lucky. Got to get some diapers for the next account review then. Already got them. This was like a year ago, I think. But I just couldn't believe it. I could not, because I had farmed a lot of arena. Because they had a bunch of flags sitting, and I did all that, and then looked, I was like, all the work I just did was for nothing. Most of your ML5s come from Covenant. Most of mine are from Mystics, but I've probably gotten more ML5s from Covenants than I have from Moonlight. I've definitely gotten more from... Yeah, I've definitely gotten more from Covenants than I have from Moonlights. Just from daily summons, I've probably got 3 ML5s off daily summons now. Not like login events, but like the single daily summons. I think I've got at least 3 ML5s just from the single daily login things. And that's just on my main account. On my other account, I got 2 ML5s. The last guide account, I got 2 ML5s from daily login. One was Bellion and one was a Taiwan? No, I don't remember. There was a second one I got though. FCC. Oh, it was FCC. It was FCC and Bellion. Hey, I have a question. How picky should I be with gear? I'm Challenger 5 Arena and mostly done all PV content. I have only been farming Wyvern. I don't know how to answer that question fully. I'll be completely honest with you. If you're a new player, you're going to be less picky with gear because it's better to have your characters geared, medium than it is to not have them geared at all. You don't want to gear them badly. I'm gonna make like a flowchart gear crafting thing for new players, at least covering, it's gonna mostly cover like Wyvern gear, but I'll try to do like a small segment of other gear in general. But I just want to have some kind of like flowchart you could follow. It's not gonna be perfect. There are gonna be people that say like that'll contradict it, or not contradict it, but people like give slightly different advice, but just having something for new players to go off of is better than nothing, because everybody rolls gear differently. I think I can make a pretty good like flowchart type video that'll just tell you have a piece of gear, roll it, if it meets X criteria, roll it to +3, depending on your speed of your account. There's gonna be like check points that you have to do based on how your account is. If you don't have 18 or 19 speed pieces, you're going to do X thing. If you do have 18, 19 speed pieces, then you do this instead. And just create like this, the most simplified system to follow that should work. I mean, it works on all my accounts, so not 25 speed, trash it. That would be bad advice. But as a newish account, should I be spending the Over's Treasury Exchange, health or destro? Immunity or destro, you don't want health set. Go for immunity or destruction. I mean, health set isn't the worst, but you don't need a bunch of health set gear. And immunity is a little bit more important because the thing is you get a billion. A lot of people, in-game players, all this free HP gear that you get from going through the game, a lot of them have that HP gear on like their in-game characters. So it's better to get immunity from it. HP gear is not as important as immunity would be. Does Book of Memories stay or does it have a time period? Book of Memories, it stays until you complete it. So once you start one of the Book of Memories things, it stays until you complete it. So there's no rush on it. So on my main account, I started a Book of Memories thing like 2 years ago and it's still there. I still haven't done it. But I got that free currency and I started a thing to get the artifact Chatty and I still haven't done it 2 years later. And I can still go do it right now. There's no time limit on it. My luck with daily 7's trash and I got 3 stars. I mean, that's how this account's pretty much been. I got Brig day 1, but other than that, it's been pretty rough. I haven't got anything crazy from it. What will I choose from Book of Memories? I have no idea yet. It doesn't really matter what you choose. Hey, welcome back. Bolaniker. I know it's supposed to be botanicals. I remembered. Took me a second actually. I was sitting there, I was like, wait, what's this day supposed to be? Botanicals. How do you know if you have good speed or no? Do you have good speed? I don't know. I mean, what's your fastest piece of everything? Gotta go to sleep. Peace out. Have a good night, Kami. Your fastest speed piece. Like, once your fastest speed piece of all your gear is 18, you're doing okay. You're still slow, but you're doing okay. So if you have a sword, helmet, chest, all 18, neck, ring, 18 minimum, you're doing okay. But until you're like 18 bare minimum, you are very slow. And 18 still slow. But 18 average is 300 speed on Ran, right? I think if you have 18 on every piece, you're 300 speed Ran. He's really godsend for me as well, but I'm so sick of his animation. Yep, any character you use a lot, you'll be sick of it. The level of gear to keep, except for the free gear, I guess, T85. You don't keep any T70 gear, you don't buy any T70 gear that you see. Your T85 gear, because it needs, like T85 gear can be reforged, so you get extra stats out of it. So you don't want to, anything that isn't T85, that isn't free gear, you don't keep it. I don't think, at least. I don't know if there's any exceptions, but no T70 gear from hunts or anywhere else you want. T85. All right, that's chapter 8 done. It took that long to finish chapter 8. Oh wait, is that chapter 9? Am I in chapter 9? Oh, I'm at the end of chapter 9. Okay, never mind. We're doing all right here. End of chapter 9. All right, we're doing okay. We just have one more chapter. We got this. Keep the 71 speed boot crit set. Oh yeah, at the beginning of the game, that free gear, that T71 free boot was fine. Other than that though, is ML Pavel worth getting from second ML connection? No. I mean, he could help with PvE farming faster, but you're not gonna be able to use him in PvP for a very, very long time. I would not. He's one of the characters that I would not suggest getting. Him, Astromancer Elena, and Sylvan Sage Vivian. I would not suggest getting any of those 3. Or Remnant Violet. I wouldn't suggest Remnant Violet either. I feel like Remnant Violet's likely going to get a buff to where his evasion isn't an evasion buff. His evasion is going to be different, but we'll see. So Remnant Violet, that's the thing. Whatever I tell you now, Remnant Violet or whatever character may end up being stronger, because characters, we go through a buff patch every 6 weeks. So as of right now, Death Dealer Ray is the strongest of the characters. Death Dealer Ray, Conqueror Liz, Meteor Coward, top 3. Oh my gosh, this guy's just cooking. Every time we click a button, he's clicking S3 on me. What am I doing wrong here? How did you get Brieg? I spent $400,000 on new account on Covenant Summons until I got him. I got him from the first day, the free summons that you get. If you go to the first episode of this playlist and go to the part where I summon, I got Brieg. And chat said I could use him, so I'm using him. Normally I would not. I just found, yeah, he was just in the lobby. I don't know, he's just laying around. Got my first 2 17 speed piece of gear the other day, so I need to reforge them, one of them. Wait, 17 speed after reforge? Either way, it's still good. 17, if it's speed says 17 speed, it's not bad. If it's, I mean, no matter what set, anything above 15 speed, you're on your way. You're doing good. Better way to put it. Anything 17 above is pretty solid. I am to a point where when I get 17 speeders, I get mad because it could have always been faster, but. Oh, let's go restart our stupid thing here. But a normal summons as banner? No, you can't do as banner. It's from Covenant Summons, from the free summons. You can't do Brieg's banner. Until you beat Chapter 5. Once you beat Chapter 5, you can do Brieg's banner, but until then, you can't do Brieg's banner. Guess it is from ML summons yesterday. That is super lucky. I really hope I get some kind of luck. I want any ML5 that's decent. Just one ML5. Make my life a lot better on this account. Because I'm currently at a spot where this is going to be really hard. I'd prefer Janua over any ML5 right now. I think with Janua, I could obliterate new players. But how to get Brieg? You rerolled the account? No, I started this account right when the event started, and I got lucky. If I didn't have Brieg though, I would just be using Crowslet. It wouldn't be that big of a difference. I would just be using Crowslet as him. It wouldn't be a big difference at all. I'm just clearing things slightly faster. I would still clear everything, it just wouldn't be as quick. I was working into even ML Haste. The thing is, they'll give me ML Haste, and then ML Haste will get buffed. We're gonna get a buff patch. Is it this week we get the buff patch, actually? It might be this week we get to see the character buffs that are coming. I feel like we haven't had one in a little bit. I feel like it might be this week. Either this week or next week, I'd imagine. ML Haste will get buffed. I really think he will. Right now, ML Haste sucks, but I mean, ML Haste is on the docket for getting buffed. I'm a firm believer. Ainzal Go's buffs? No, we're not going to see the collab characters get buffed. Pretty much promise you we're not going to see that. Because they are being used in a side story event. Just like Judge did, but yeah, Judge Kisa got her buffs and she's still pretty bad. So. Okay, it'll slightly can't change his kit and it'll still be bad. If they change ML Haste S3 to cleanse injury, all they have to do, it's a literal, like they could add one slight thing to his skill 3 and he will become a super meta character. They have that option to do for any Soul Weaver ML5 that currently isn't good. They can make them super meta. How's my dating life? I mean, I wouldn't say great. I go on a lot of dates, but I'm not interested in anybody ever. It's very rare to find any interest in somebody without there being some kind of major flaw that will not make me want to commit to anything. So my dating life right now is basically hang out with a girl. If they're fun, hang out with them again, but have no commitment toward anything. So I have one girl that I see once a week consistently that I've been seeing for like half a year. Other than that, I go on a date. New girl like every 2 weeks, I'd say, or so. About one every 2 weeks. They're usually always disappointing. That is my dating life right now. Would you recommend certain characters to see Lilius? I mean, anything. Lilius just pairs with anything in the game. Any opener does. The same as Immopolitus. You just use whatever. Taki, Picky, Sindure, Andrew Tatalite. Andrew Tatalite. I'm not cocky. I have my insecurities, dude. I am tall, but I'm super skinny. I have my insecurities. Once you get so old, you just don't care about them anymore. You just do life. If they become a problem, then you just don't talk to that person anymore. That's like my only insecurity is how skinny I am. You're not cocky? Have you been to your own Twitch streams? Okay, that's putting on a character. My online alias is Deity. If I don't act cocky, then what's the point of naming myself Deity as my online persona? Doesn't make sense. But I'm also not cocky. I know I'm trash at the game. Not trash at the game, but I am very average. I am your average Emperor player that's trying to do things that should not be done. That's all we got. Watch LTG if you want cocky. I don't know who that is. He hasn't kept any war tanks. Yeah, I don't have any war tanks on speed dial. That's what you're asking about my dating life. The bad thing, okay, so once you get older, just go through the dating life thing real quick. Once you get older, anyone your age either has kids, something usually horrifically wrong with them in terms of how they view the world / treat other people, and is why they are single at the age of 30. So if I were to date anyone from the ages from 27 to 32, there's usually either child there's something, they got some kind of flaw that led them to be at this place, because being a girl and single, a lot harder than being a guy and single. Because guys are nowhere near as picky as girls are, generally. So most of the girls I've been going on dates with are younger, like much younger than me, like 5 years younger. The one girl I've been seeing for pretty much this whole year, a little into last year, she is 5 years younger than me. But there's no issues there. That's the thing. She got out of college. There's no like baggage. There's no kids in the picture. There's no anything. But anyone my age, I've met like one girl my age in the last however many years that I would definitely go all out for. But other than that, it's been a little rough out there. And then why no date her, the younger one? Because I do not trust her for anything. That is her flaw, is sorority college girl, living sorority college girl life into becoming an adult, still at the beginning of adult life, but still sorority college girl mentality. So she is a way to waste an afternoon. That is what she is for me. And it's not like she doesn't know that. We are both on the same page. Not like I'm using somebody. We're using each other to not be bored. That is our relationship. And well, actually, I haven't seen her in over a week now because I pissed her off. Because I know she's lied about certain things. And we were supposed to hang out one day. She sent that she had like a meeting for something. And I said, that's probably another lie. And I haven't heard from her since. But usually we only text like once a week. So that is an example of I do not trust them. So meaning I'm not going to get into any kind of committed thing and end up regretting it. Bro, don't start a conversation. A lot of girls I see are younger. I had a 19-year-old try to go out. This was a couple days ago. She's hot, but 19, a little creepy actually. I'm almost 30. If only I didn't have morals. Probably would have been a great time. I did not know she was 19 until, because whenever I look at profiles, like because I use dating apps for everything. If it's fate, why care? 19 though? Can't even drink. What are we gonna go do? Like, what are we gonna go do? Like, usually that's every first date I go on is either coffee. Going to coffee with a 19-year-old, maybe. But usually it's dinner or, well, usually it's appetizers and drinks at a bar. It's the easiest way. You get in, get out, realize you hate the person or don't hate the person. Very quick. I don't like coffee dates as much because then you start your day out shitty if the person isn't. And you could start their day out shitty too if you're not what they hope to be. But when you go out for drinks and appetizers, then it's the end of the day. You drink a little bit. You don't care as much. Usually it's more fun and relaxed. Kind of depends on the type of person too. Like the doctor girl I dated for a while, the first date for her was coffee. And she ended up being a year-long relationship. That's the one you go for coffee for. But the not as professional like job girls, like this 19-year-old would be, no shot I would do coffee. Unless she was in like law school. People think you are her dad. No, I look like I'm like 24. So that's the thing. No one will question it. The last long-term girlfriend I had, she was 10 years older than me. And she looked younger though. But I looked young. So we both look like, if we ever asked anyone what they thought our ages were, they thought she was like 25 and I was like 22 and I was 27. She was 36. Prove it? You guys have seen me. Guys, I am put on face cam. I'm leaned back chilling. You get face cam for like 2 seconds. You get the I just woke up face cam. Look at the clothes everywhere. The reason I have a face cam on. My room's a disaster. All right. I look a little older now because I have this going on. I just woke up. When I clean myself up, I look really young. Okay. I look a little older now because I got like the wake up scruff on my face, but I look very young most of the time, which is a curse and a blessing. All right, that's the best we got. But I am leaned back in my chair, vibing, no face cam. That's all you get. Look 42. If I shave my face, I look like I'm like 22. I still get carded for everywhere. Hey Pews, what's up? The face cam is like begging for feet pics. See, I usually trade Twitch Prime subs. I beg for Twitch Prime subs, be like, hey, I have the wrong team. Like, hey, you guys Twitch Prime sub? I'll turn face cam on. And I turn it on for 4 seconds. After they do it, then I turn it right back off. And they get baited. But there is no Twitch Prime on YouTube, so you guys are out of luck. ML Crow with 3F is fine. Yeah, it seems like it's be good. But if you guys see me, like in person, you will think I'm 22. Looking like a crypt keeper? I'm looking like a crypt keeper? I don't even know what that means. I think that's an insult. I can't tell. 33, I can't imagine dating a girl any younger than 25. Maybe that's pushing it too. Now that I'm about to turn 30, like, I think 6 years below is like the cutoff. Going anything more than 6 years below is a little weird. Now, those of you guys that are 20, don't go 6 years below. That's not for you. This is for when you get older. If you're 20, don't go 6 years below you. Or even if you're 22, don't go 6 years below you. Height check on stream for proof? How am I gonna height check? How am I gonna height check? I mean, you want me to stand up? Like, how are we height checking this? 6'3", okay? A banana? I don't have a banana. I don't know. I don't have any object near me that I can height. I'm 6'3", minimum. 6'3", okay? Maybe 6'2", maybe 6'4". I don't know, but I'm around 6'3". I always have been. Always. I don't know. I have a meter stick. You think I have a meter stick? Why would I have a meter stick? 6'3", AK 5'11". I am not. I am not below 5 foot. I know I am not below 5 foot. DiCaprio don't go after. Yeah, I mean, DiCaprio doesn't go after 25. Are you trying to prove anything in chat? I'm not. They're just giving me shit. That's somebody short in chat trying to. They're probably like 4'11". They're like, there's no way. I'm short for where I'm at too. If I go to the grocery store, there's always somebody there that's like upper 6 feet. Where I grew up, I wasn't even tall for my grade. Like I was in my graduating class was like 60 kids, and I bet 10 of them were taller than me, if not more than 10. All of my closest friends had me by a couple inches. Like we just come from a place where everybody's tall because I guess what they eat. And the thing is, like 5'10" isn't even short for the rest of the world. Like the average height for a guy, isn't it like 5'7" or something? So if you're above 5'7", you're not even short at all. You're short when there's a tall person in the room. When there's not a tall person in the room, you're not short. Are you Dutch? I technically am German. Why does everyone think I'm Dutch, actually? There was a girl I talked to recently that asked if I was Dutch. Why does everyone think I'm Dutch? Maybe I am Dutch, part Dutch, but like my family comes from Germany. Don't worry, Short King, we don't judge you. Your height? I mean, go to anywhere in the South Midwest of the United States, everybody's tall. Do I speak German? Hell no. I speak American. The only language I know is America. Freedom. Burgers. Fries. Occasionally pizza. That's all I got. Can I get a hell yeah, brother? If I don't have Tamron, should I pull for her? You should probably wait till after the event's over. Get your 39. You have 2.5 kids? How do you have half a kid? Is it brewing inside? How do you have half a kid? Or is one like a stepchild? How do you have half a child? Is it like cooking up in the oven? On its way out? I'm confused there. Bro, Americans be maining only their language for real? Don't you have olds? No, in America, there's no reason speaking any other languages. The only, like, guys, if you are not from like California or New York, like those, if you're not from one of the coasts, almost nobody is going to speak another language unless you go south. Maybe you'll speak Spanish, maybe, but nobody speaks extra languages here. They pretend they do. They'll take like one class in high school or college and have the most basic understanding. It's like, oh yeah, I speak this language and this language. 99.9% of Americans, another statistic that's probably very accurate, they don't actually speak more than one language. Knowing maybe 15 words or how to form the most basic sentence is not speaking another language. I live near Chicago. Spanish and Polish. Polish is popular in Chicago. I could see that. Isn't like 50% of America Hispanic? Yeah, probably in southern states. If you go from like Texas, Atlanta, Florida, like southern states, probably higher concentration. Okay, I mean, in American schools, they don't teach other languages. They'll teach you like a year of Spanish where you pretend you're doing any work and you don't actually learn anything. State tier list win? All states are the same. If you travel around the United States at all, everywhere is the same. Every state has your concentrated part that's like the other concentrated parts, and then anytime you get out of the city areas, everywhere's the same. The city areas of every state is the same as the city areas of every other state. Your rural areas are the same as every rural area. All the states are the same. Just some are colder, some are warmer, the weather's different. That's all you got different, is the weather's different. This place sucks. Everywhere in the United States sucks. Where I live sucks. Where I used to live sucks. Where I'm going to live sucks. Everywhere sucks. If you're by the beach, then the weather's different, but you have the beach. If you're in the mountains, it's cold, but you have some mountains. The only thing that changes is the weather. People are all the same. Just if you want to deal with people that are more conservative, move away from the city. If you want to deal with people that are less conservative, move into the city. Like, all states have population, like, so I don't count this conversation. I mean, you're probably pretty similar too, though. Everywhere is the same, and that's something that so many people fail to grasp. It all depends on the population of where you're staying. I mean, it's slightly different, but everywhere is gonna have like the same kind of people. A lot of different culture in the US. Hard to disagree on that one. Manhattan is way different than downtown Miami or Chicago or LA. Is it really though? Is it really that different? Or is that you taking pride in the place that you live? From an outsider perspective, if I were to go to both, would I really say it's the same or different? People are not the same everywhere. They're not the exact same, but the general belief system of people is going to be the same, depending on the. Have I been? No, but I could go. I mean, I've been to Chicago. I've been to quite a. I haven't been to Manhattan though. Obviously, there's going to be some difference. I'm not saying they're the exact same, but it's not as different. You're not gonna, like, I don't see you enjoying life more being in a slightly different area when it's probably going to be overall generally the same. Like, if you're moving to a certain place to escape. Okay, if you live in a town with a population of 2,000 people and you move to another town in another state with a population of 2,000 people, it's probably going to be the same. Relatively close. I just got done with 1010. Should I summon for a collab or wait till next banner? Collab. As someone who's lived in Ohio, New York, LA, Seoul, places aren't that different. See, people are going to have different opinions on it, but a lot of people, the thing that makes this argument, it's always a person saying that the place they live is way different because they're taking pride in where they live, which is cool. Like if you take pride in where you live, that's a big thing. That's very cool. But from an outsider perspective, going to all the different places, nothing really feels different. Experiencing whatever little bit of culture there. You'll see, I mean, it'll be a little different, I guess. But is your life going to be drastically different? No. Are the people going to be drastically different? Not really. You can tell by voting, like if you just look at the things that people vote for, people have the same mentalities depending on where they are generally. So they're gonna have the same values depending on where you're at. Now, whenever if you go to a place where there's different cultures, like if you live in a city that has a high population of a certain culture, like they're saying in Chicago, there are a lot of Polish people, there's a lot of, like, things will be different in that sense, yeah, for sure. But that would be the main difference. But here's the thing. In cities, people generally treat each other shitty, right? They don't have time for each other. They're not as nice. It's very rare to be in an actual high population density area and have people treat you very good. It's just very rare. But if you go to any small town place in any state, you're getting the that's the United States, by the way, I'm talking about. I don't know about other countries. You're getting the southern hospitality treatment. No matter what, like any smaller spot, you're getting that treatment. You go into any place, they talk to you different. And in the city, you're just one of 1,000 people that are walking into that place in that 6-hour period. In a smaller place, you're going to be treated way different by people. But it's also the way you get treated is also depending on what kind of your race and everything too. Like there's also racism that happens everywhere. So maybe because of I'm just an average white guy, maybe that's why I have this opinion too, because I get treated the same no matter where I go. So maybe it isn't fair to say that in comparison to other people. So maybe what I should be saying is if you're an average white dude that goes to places, then everywhere's the same. Maybe that's a good way to put it. Maybe that helps. You guys see the side of my argument? But I could be wrong. Trust me, I could be wrong. Maybe I just haven't experienced the world enough. Which state has the most Asians? I don't know. I would assume whatever state has the most population. So California or New York or where there are a lot of other people. Doesn't Boston have a high population? Boston, Massachusetts. Anywhere that has a lot of people. The thing is, California has a combined population of like 10 other states. Not intentionally rude, but less likely. Hold the door, say hello. Yeah. Okay. Northern, middle of the country, big cities are pretty polite. I have not had any kind of politeness in any big city I've ever been in. Usually in any big city I've been in, everybody is so self-centered and like worried about themselves, trying to get whatever they're... It's like they all live in their own world and the other people are just like NPCs. That's been my experience with all cities. There's never been a city where I've been and been like, wow, these people are great. It's always been, wow, these people do not think that anybody else exists. And you can see that just with driving in cities. Just the way people drive in cities and compared to how people drive in small towns. Oh my God, you city drivers are so selfish. It's incredible. Like if they can't get where they're going first, it's always about they have to be first, no matter what. They live in their own world. People here in South Carolina drive like dog shit. People everywhere drive terrible, but you can tell like the more populated area you're in, people are just, they're in it for themselves. Their whole life revolves around them. Everybody else is just a stepping stone in there. Minnesota is not a nice state, IDK. Where it got that, but people here are trash. I've never been to Minnesota. Have I been to Minnesota? I don't even know where Minnesota is. Hold up a sec. I've been to a lot of the states. I wouldn't say most of them. I've been to a lot. Nothing in there made me remember that I've been there, so I doubt. Is that to the right or left? Minnesota. It's above. I've not been to Minnesota. I mean, I'm sure I've been in like the southern end of Minnesota traveling, but I don't think I've ever stopped anywhere in Minnesota. What's your first book of memories? I'm not sure. America sounds awful. That's fine. Like, there's bad things in America. Honestly, where I live, for how little I leave my house anymore, it doesn't matter where I live. The biggest thing is I just don't want a lot of storms. I'd say it does not matter where I live. Anyone who doesn't leave their house a lot, you could live in the middle of the jungle as long as it doesn't storm a lot and you have internet and you're fine. I guess there wouldn't be as many golf courses. That is the thing for me. I mean, everywhere is bad. Yeah, I just think everywhere is just bad to live in. Everyone finds their own things to complain about anywhere. But for me, the best place to live would be wherever the best golf courses are. If I can go out and play golf, like have an ocean behind me, be so sick. But I don't want to deal with like ocean storms. I don't want to deal with tsunamis or whatever else, hurricanes, whatever the ocean has to offer. Oh my God, that thing just full healed. I have to manual. That was not what I wanted to see. Oh, I'm using the wrong team too. Well, this might be some trouble here. Yeah, I agree. I think America's fine. I don't know. I'm happy living here. I think I'd be happy anywhere. Personally. Change focus on auto too. I know I could, but once I realized I had the wrong team as well, I decided I should probably start manualing. Is Ahmed limited? Yes. Hey, going back to America from here, Hong Kong, driving sucks. I mean, driving over there isn't the greatest either, is it? Because you guys are crazy populated. That's one thing that I've always heard, though. I've never been to any Asian country, but I've heard that Asian countries are just, in general, nicer. Like, they treat other people with respect. So I could see, like, cities there not being as bad. That would be a little bit of culture difference. Like, maybe they... But it could be wrong. It could just be an American tale that we hear. But that's what I've always heard, is they just treat each other better. Your driving is terrible, but don't need to drive. Yeah, you guys have public transportation, and you guys can probably actually use your public transportation without getting murdered, which is a pretty big deal. Public transportation in the United States, your chance of getting, if you try to take public transportation past 6 p.m., your chance of having something bad happen is like 20%. Maybe not 6 p.m. Maybe it's like 8 p.m. But still, public transportation in the United States is like you are just raised to fear it in every way. Taxi drivers will pull U-turns in the middle of the roads and no warning shit. I mean, yeah, I think they do that here too, but I have never taken public transportation ever. I don't think there's ever been a time I've used public transportation in my life. I took a train one time in Colorado to go out to like this ghost town when I was younger on a vacation. I think that's the only time I've ever used public transportation. And that wasn't even public transportation. That was like a whole gimmick. It was like its own little world. US is the second most diverse advanced country in the world, which is something it doesn't get much recognition of. Yeah, first is Canada. Oh, really? Canada beats us? That's surprising. Doesn't he cleanse debuffs? I'm kind of scared to do this because he's just going to cleanse it, but whatever. You can recognize the poop car on the subway in Chicago easily during the winter. Every car is packed. So, Matt, I've only been to Chicago once. But when I went there, it wasn't... where I guess maybe it was just where we went. It wasn't too bad. We didn't use public transportation, though. So I don't have much Chicago experience. I've been around Chicago, like the area close to it, too. But whenever I was there, it literally just felt like I was back home. It felt the exact same. Probably funny because everyone in their winter coats and squeeze and pack cars to avoid the poop one. By the poop one, do you mean someone actually took a dump in it? Because I cannot tell. Do you actually mean someone pooped in it? Because I feel like you do. For some reason, I could see the poop one actually meaning that there's poop. It's typically a very bad smelling homeless person. Sometimes actual poop. Okay. So you do mean literally, not figuratively poop. You can go between the cars if you really gotta go. I'm an expert of going to the bathroom outdoors. I used to pee off my back deck every morning. It was fantastic. No! Wasted my soul burn! I'm an idiot. Did I just die? Tam has her S3. Okay, I guess I didn't waste my soul burn, but I don't get... I thought I could cheese that. It appears I could not cheese that. Just don't pee on the third rail because it's electric. So I have peed on a where I grew up, everyone has cows and stuff, right? It's all farmers. I've peed on an electric fence in my life. Luckily, it was like a low voltage electric fence, but I have peed on an electric fence before. Does he cleanse every turn? Can Brieg actually work in Zeo fight? I mean, probably could, technically. The problem is if you're using the Kana Hazel team, the reason that team works well is because I should have saved her S3. The reason... Ooh... No, I gotta heal. The reason the Kana Hazel team works is because your element is you have all fire element. That's a whole reason it works. Am I gonna kill this? Oh, I should have S2'd before I clicked this. My bad. That only did 8,000? This thing does not have that much HP. Is it immune to death sentence? It is. I don't have any darkies now. Please crit. Thank you. Okay, we're done. We have beaten Faustus. Chapter 2 completed. Now we get to start chapter 3. Except this unlocks actually a couple things that we can do real quick. This was my goal of the stream, was to beat this. And we ended up... Actually, that wasn't too bad. We beat that way faster than I thought. I thought it'd be at like the past the 3-hour mark. The green Aiden team is very easy though. Yeah, you just need a friend. If you don't have a friend, then it's a little bit harder. Okay, so what do we got going on here? Got some Forest of Souls. I have 182,000 stigma. Not too bad. I'm gonna go make a bagel though. Dude, everything... Are you ignoring all game-related questions, Alex? Yeah. No, I'm only ignoring your questions. I'm only ignoring your questions. Anyone else can ask a game-related question, but if you do, I gotta ignore it. Get your gold stone? True. Alright, what'd you ask, Alex? Let me look up. Bro, I pulled Tamarin Albedo. What team should I focus on, or where do I get the best gear for Tamarin? Free HP set. Follow the guide. Follow the guide series. But this free HP set. Same account as Overlord new player guide. Yes, yes, this is the Overlord new player guide account. All right, we got some Moonlight summons. All right, at least a Moonlight summon we can do. Let me grab those real quick. Are you gonna get the Mystics from Moonlight Theater? Yeah, but I'm gonna do that off stream. I'm not gonna have you guys sit here and watch YouTube video win, but drooling for some reason. I just don't know what to make videos on anymore. Like, what kind of videos do you guys want to watch? It's a better question to ask. What kind of videos would you like me to make? Should I summon first and story summon? I mean, it's Tamarin generally, but right now you can just summon the Overlord collab units to start with. All right, so we unlock Moonlight Theater, which is good. Rat vids like Azalea. Rat vids. I don't know what rat vids means. All right, well, we're gonna watch a bunch of Moonlight Theater off stream. I'll do my summons on stream for you guys, but I'm gonna watch off stream. In terms of the Book of Memories, skip this. Skip this. RTA, yeah. I mean, I could do RTA videos. The problem is I meme a lot in RTA, which, I mean, could make for good videos, but at that point, I feel like if I'm doing videos of me trying to have fun, they're like almost Gratz Angel videos where they're not... I'm already to the purchase book memories. They're like Gratz Angel videos where I don't know if I really want to put out that kind of content that doesn't really help players, and more is just guiding players in a way that they're going to build things that they shouldn't. Which one of these do we want? I mean, Super Duper Water Soaker isn't bad to get. Card of Small Miracles, no thank you. This is okay to get. Chatty, like this is one of the better ones. Having Chatty is nice. I really don't want to do any of them. Definitely don't want to do that one. This one this is probably the best one to do. Get an injury sword out of it. That one doesn't work. I think the best one to do is just get the Nostalgic Music Box one. This is probably the best side story. I'm just gonna buy it. It's probably the best one you can do. I know I could do the tower, but I don't think we're gonna do the tower. I think it'll be fine to not do the tower. Coward? What one is the tower in? It's this one, right? If I do this one, it's for Kisei, but what if I don't even get gear for Kisei? Everything in this is useless. Right? Everything in this is useless if I don't get like this garbage, this garbage, this garbage. Whereas if I do the music box one, music box, I can use it on somebody for sure. All this gear is decent. You get pen set, you get 2 pieces of pen set and a full... I don't know why these are attack percent boots, but you get this piece, which kind of not good. This piece, which is good. And this piece, which is also not good. Man, these side stories suck. I'm doing this one. I don't care. That way other people don't do the wrong thing. This is the best one to do. And we get music box right away. So this is the best one to do. I'm not going to do it right now, though. We'll do it sometime. That isn't right now. I'll probably do most of it off stream. Yeah, you can't get Brig until chapter 5. It's a long wait to get Brig. Okay, where is that artifact now? Nostalgic music box. Lock her up. Hillag Lance. Sell that. Don't need it. Double-edged crescent. Lock that. Alright. What all is in this week's... Because I almost might wait until Wednesday to do our Mystic Summons. So what is this week's rotation? It's Violet? Violet might not be bad for Anti-cleave, actually. In the current meta, if I do get Violet, and we'll get the Lifesteal set, Violet's a freely geared character with that Lifesteal set, because I don't know who else I'd use it on. So this week isn't bad, but everything else in the rotation is not great. What's next week? Next week is Tagahells, but it's Ida. Bloodstone, I don't think I need Bloodstone. Tagahells is next week, though, which is kind of nice, but I think this week the Violet 50-50 is worth going on more. Get the selective summon season 2, you have to beat chapter 3 for it. I'm gonna get Polytus from it. Alright, but we got enough to do a Moonlight summon, so let's do that real quick. Wait, I don't even think we've got a ML 4-star from this yet. I got 2 Violets and 30 pulls. I think Violet would actually be decent right now. Because in any game that I think I'm just gonna lose, I'll just pick Violet at the end. It'll give me maybe a small win con. But this right here, this ML Landy I'm about to get. That's not ML Landy, unfortunate. That wasn't ML Landy. Crazy. Alright, so I need to clear Expedition 6 times. Enhance 4 accessories to plus 15. Reforge 2 pieces of equipment. We're already done with this. I can finish all this in like the next 10 minutes. This is another summon though. Yeah, this is all super easy. Let me go do this other summon. I think that'll be it for the stream though. So I'm just gonna farm a bit. I'm gonna go clear out the rest of chapter 2, do all like the side story stuff, and just fully max out chapter 2. Just to get the Skystones from it. Rowana? I don't think I really want Rowana. Do I want Yulha? Yulha would help me fight ML Landy. Well, we got a 4-star anyway. Ooh, a Silk? Nice. I love Silk. Oh, Leo. I forgot Leo was that too. Alright, this account did not get super lucky either way. So things I can work on throughout the day. I'm going to be farming unrecorded history, obviously. I'm going to burn everything that I can. And then in terms of this, I might switch over and do... well, is the Molagora challenge done? Molagora challenge just started. Oh my god, wait, we already finished it before it even... That's hilarious. Alright, well, we get a bunch of stuff. Nice. We've already basically finished it. I think I'm going to do the Banshee challenge just to complete this. So do the Banshee challenge to complete this throughout the day. We're going to do a bunch of... I'm going to do a bunch of Labyrinth entries too. But tomorrow is the biggest day on this account because we unlock the next... adventure... Not adventure for New Year's. Ooh, we get this stuff too though. Nice. We've already finished all this, so we just have to spend AP. So I'll finish this throughout the day too. But we tomorrow we get the new Arky 7-day login thingy, or the thing that comes after you log in for 7 days. We get we get a 5-star hero from login. We get a 5-star hero from this, and then this we get another Moonlight summon tomorrow. We get a bunch of stuff tomorrow. Tomorrow we get a ton of stuff. So tomorrow's stream will be really, really fun. Okay, take all this. We need to finish our weeklies. Did you spend Skystones on Beto? No, you don't need to spend your Skystones on your first like 2 summons that you do. You get enough free bookmarks. Like I haven't done a single summon on, or I haven't spent a single Skystone on anything other than energy so far, and I've barely done any on energy. But I have 158 extra bookmarks after basically 1 full pity of summoning. So with Albedo in less than a week, you can pity her without buying a single bookmark. and still be over 100 at surplus. Because I did 70 summons for her and 70 summons on Tamarin to get them. So that's 140 summons. So if I would be at like 200 extra bookmarks right now after getting this, if I full pitied Albedo. You get a ton of bookmarks early game, guys. Like, you do not need to spend Sky Stones. You just have to be patient and keep playing the game. Keep playing the game. Use the regular story clearing team. You'll be fine. Just got to be patient. The more patience you learn with Epic 7, the better off you're going to be long-term on your account anyway. So I think that's it for right now, though. I'm going to go ahead and throw back on some... I'm going to do unrecorded history farm in the background, and I'm going to... So any of you guys, real quick before I end, Moonlight Theater. So clearing Moonlight Theater, you get 1 free viewing a week, and then on the cast board, you can get some extra rewards if you have any of the characters. But then the way to clear this is you click the ticket, and it allows you to buy the tickets. So you will end up buying enough tickets. You don't have to do this all at once, but you end up buying enough tickets to fully clear all of this. Once you buy enough tickets to fully clear all of this, that allows you to start your second Moonlight Blessing. So if you go here to recruit, you have your Moonlight Blessing. This is, once you do that, you will be able to start this. And you'll be able to start working on your second ML5. And this also gives a ton of Mystic Medals. So for every story you watch, you get a Mystic Medal. So 3S worth it? I would pull it, yes. But you can also watch 1 of each chapter for free a week. So you get 1 free viewing of this and 1 free viewing of this every week. But either way, this is 2, 8, 15... 21, 35, 50. You get 50 summons for Mystic Medals. So you get 1/4 of a pity for whatever ML characters on the game for just watching all that. It is expensive in terms of gold, but you get a 1/4 of a pity just from doing that. So as a new player, that's a pretty high chance to get whatever's on board. Can you skip? There is no skipping. That's why I'm not doing it on stream. Unless they added skipping. But most likely you cannot skip. So if you go to enter it, watch, yeah, you cannot skip. So what I always do is get this. I have a thing on my emulator. It's where I get spacebar. And when I hit spacebar, it clicks the screen. So this is how I get through these. But also, if your story's decent, if you want to read it, the story's good. Obviously. But it is a lot. But the thing is, if you click that auto button, you don't have to make any choices in these stories. So if you click that auto button on your emulator and then go and do something else and come back, the story will be complete. So that is a way, like if you ever have to get up from your PC to do something, if you're playing on emulator, and you just click that auto button, and then eventually it's going to clear everything for you. If you use an auto clicker, really fast clicking, it goes super fast. Yeah, you can set up an auto clicker too, but I just had the spacebar set up. And it works just fine. I maxed out a copy of Elbert, so 7 frame up poly. That's really good. That's really lucky. Ban for macro. You're not gonna get banned for this. Trust me. What if you don't have any hands? They're gonna ban you because you don't have hands. You have to set little things on your keyboard to click. Yeah, that's why I thought they don't want a lawsuit. But yeah. And then you do that. And then every single story you clear, you get 1 summon for it. So we'll go do our 1 summon, and then I am going to go start working on some other stuff. So when I come back tomorrow, I'll let you guys know what I worked on. I won't do any more summons. Any summon stuff I get, I'll save, so we can do the summons on stream. If that would have been poly, that would have been so funny. But yeah, I'll save all the summons so we can do the summons on stream, but I am going to be completing a lot of stuff. I want to make sure, I might come back tonight depending on how much I finish. But the goal is to finish all of this extra stuff on chapter 2. And if I come back tonight, so what all do we have to finish? We had to finish 6S, 7S. We need to finish 6, 7, 8, and 9, and 10. So I got like half of this chapter left to go through and get everything done on. Once I do that, though, we'll be getting into the next chapter and all of that. So we're on good pace right now. I'm pretty happy with the current pace we're doing. I don't know if I'll farm for these Breath of Orbises or not. I have not decided. I could just buy this Destro set and just put it on my... I just don't want to level up this gear because it's not going to help me with PvP at all. What's the first guild artifact I should get? Probably first guild artifact. Oh, I do have guild wars I could do tonight too. Wait, what's our guild war look like? This might be funny. We're getting cooked. Yep, this guild war is gonna be a little rough, guys. I think this guild might be too strong for us. Yeah, a little unlucky there. Whoops. All right, well, we'll still burn our attack team, we're gonna lose, but we'll end up doing guild wars. Ooh, I got my stamina. Give me that. Seems balanced, only level 70, guys. Yep. The way she goes. But all right, that's it. I will see you all later. I gotta get some food. I'm starving. But have a great rest of your day if you're live tonight. I'll see you then. Peace out.